Now you don't have to choose because they're all right here.
WBKN FM, Brookhaven, B92.
The following is a B92 sports production. And now, Brookhaven Academy Cougar football. Game action is brought to you by Bain Drugs Brookhaven, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the Bank of Brookhaven, Toyota of Brookhaven, Perkins Ace Hardware Brookhaven,
Four Quarters Property Brookhaven, Green Tree Land and Timber,
King's Daughters Medical Center, Sullivan Ford Lincoln Brookhaven, the Dental Office of Dr. Clay Johnston, Insurance and Risk Managers, Brookhaven Monument Company,
J&B Tile, Highway 51 South,
Paul Barnett Nissan, your New York Life agents Dwayne and Kelly Allred, Clint's Pharmacy Brookhaven, Oak Lane Family Dental in Monticello, Pike National Bank, Mississippi Sports Medicine, your Landmax agent, Chad Smith.
Cablin Feed in Pocatello, and by David Brewer, candidate for Circuit Court Judge.
Now to the field for the Cougar Kickoff Show.
Greenville St. Joseph Catholic School here in Greenville as we get set for the semifinals of the state 2A football playoffs here tonight as Brookhaven Academy 9-2 comes in to take on the St. Joe Fighting Irish 10-1 on the year. Good evening. This is Ken Hollingsworth along with Beck Warren set to bring the action this evening. It's a breezy, brisk evening here in the Delta. Of course, Beck, we're up here on top of the perch, top of the press box, and you can the wind should be hopefully dying down a little bit. Right now it's blowing briskly out of the north. This field is still fairly wet. It was played on last week, and understand it, and you can tell it was chewed up pretty good last week. So this is going to be a wet, torn up field here, probably after the first quarter's done.
Yeah, from talking to some of the folks walking in, they said the rain kind of slacked off about 10 o'clock this morning and really hasn't had any chance this week to dry out from last week. And they said it was a pretty nasty track last week. And you look across the field, the tassels on the goalpost are pretty much straight out right now, so probably about a 10-mile-an-hour wind. Flag is blowing from the left to right as we look at the ball field, and hopefully that wind dies down a little bit. We noticed a little bit in pregame. Corey Case was out taking some kicks from 45 yards out, and he was kicking balls that have been good from 50 easily with that strong wind. But we're expecting a tough battle tonight. As you mentioned, the number one ranked in 2A and defending state champion Greenville St. Joe Fighting Irish. And they bring a very talented ball club to the program again this year. And Coach Ron Rushing has been sort of eyeballing this one as soon as we made it to the playoffs, knew we were in the playoffs, kind of where we landed. And we all figured the title's going to have to go through Greenville St. Joe. And so we're going to have our hands full tonight. But I certainly think the Cougars are going to be ready, and they'll have a scheme on both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively. And Coach Rushing and his staff will have those guys ready to play.
Couple of common opponents. Greenville St. Joe beat River Oaks 44-7, and last week a tough ball game with Clinton Christian that they won late in the ball game, 26-20 over Clinton Christian last week. But you look at their record, only team they lost to Indianola, I think 17-10 or something like that. Otherwise, every game they played, they've scored in the 40s or the 50s. So this is a very potent offensive club. They've got a really good defense, and as Coach Rushing will tell us in our pregame show, this is a team that can really ring the scoreboard up, and he's got some defensive schemes he's been working on, and so maybe a few little tricky plays on offense, a few little unsuspected type things he'll do on offense. So Brookhaven Academy's prepared a great deal for this football team.
Yeah, and I was talking to some folks last night at the basketball game over at Natchez Cathedral, and I'll put Ron Rushing up against anybody at any level, high school level, or many of your college level coaches, as far as getting a team ready and scheming and seeing what will work against a particular defense or a particular offense's tendencies. So we'll see a little bit different approach, especially from the defensive side of the ball. Going to have to really play a contained type defense, sort of try to push and force Greenville into a passing game, or really don't get in the backfield and chase their very athletic quarterback, Dylan Johnson. He and his running mate in the backfield, Trey Benson, both juniors. Benson's the leading ball carrier for the Fighting Irish, 118 carries on the year, 1,614 yards and 20 touchdowns. And Johnson from the quarterback slot He's got 1,339 yards on 127 carries and 14 touchdowns, and that's 13.7 and 10.5 yards per carry, respectively. So those are the guys we'll certainly have to key on. And the third guy we really got to watch out is wide receiver Caleb Lockett. Lockett has 21 receptions on the year, 8 touchdowns for 422 yards. So they're not as prone to pass the ball as we know the Cougars will do, but they will put it in there and try to get it out to Lockett.
All right, about 22 minutes away from the kickoff here at Greenville St. Joe. On the campus here near Greenville. Glad to have you along this evening on B92. Now, if you have folks who are out of the town, out of the listening area, it's on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com. And you search for B92. That's all lowercase, B92, then space WBKN. And you can listen on YouTube as well tonight. We archive all the games, so if you want to go back and listen to it later, you can do that as well. Let's take 2 minutes down the line. 2 minutes. We'll come back and get set for the Coach's Show and the other pregame activities coming up after this on B92.
Regular oil changes are important for your vehicle's performance. Valvoline Instant Oil Changes uses the highest grade products to ensure long engine life. We also check your vehicle's fluids and tires, plus at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, you get a free car wash and vacuum with every oil change. We are locally owned and operated with 7 locations in Mississippi, including our newest location, 5630 Highway 80 East in Pearl. In Brookhaven, our location is on Highway 51 just south of Brookway Boulevard.
Timber is a valuable asset. When you're ready to market timber, Green Tree Land and Timber is committed to getting the most value for your timber. Call Clint Stewart at 601-757-8787 or Gary Stewart 601-757-3009. Green Tree Land and Timber buys land and or timber for harvesting. If you have any questions about harvesting your timber, call Clint Stewart 601-757-8787 or Gary Stewart 601-757-3009. Green Tree Land and Timber.
To us, taking care of community means providing specialty-trained hands-on care with the latest technologies in physical, occupational, speech therapy, and athletic training services, including advanced training and treatment of the lumbar and cervical spine, certified lymphedema specialists, and aquatic therapy to help young athletes, seniors, workers, and children and families with special needs reach their goals. Quality therapy services in a Christian environment. That's King's Daughters Therapy Center.
Hey, this is Prentice Smith, General Manager at Toyota Brookhaven in Brookhaven, Mississippi. At Toyota Brookhaven, we deliver one of the largest selections of new and pre-owned vehicles in Southwest Mississippi. We deliver great savings on all of our new and pre-owned inventory. But most importantly, we deliver the customer service you expect and deserve. So come see what thousands of people already know, that when trust is not an issue, car buying can be fun. Visit us on site, exit 40 Brookhaven, or online at ToyotaBrookhaven.com. Remember, at Toyota Brookhaven, we deliver.
The Cougar pregame show continues right now. We're glad to have with us the head coach here at Brookhaven Academy, Coach Ron Rushing. Coach Rushing, last week, a big 28-6 win over River Oaks, a game that saw all the scoring in the first half. I thought the Cougar defense really played well against a team that's been effective running the ball all year. We pretty well contained them, and especially in that second half, our defense really just, I thought, really shined.
Was really proud defensively of the effort that we got. I know they were averaging 270 to 290 yards a game rushing, and we actually held them to like 104. So, that's the difference in the ball game. We felt like we were up 28-6 at halftime, and we got real vanilla in the second half. Just our defense was playing so good, we didn't want to make mistakes and let them win the ball game. So, really proud of their effort.
Of course, the first half, some big plays again to Cade Brown, and again, the offense I thought was pretty effective throughout that first half. And how about some comments on how that went in that first half, especially?
We knew they were going to be extremely tough to run the ball on. They were so good, fundamentally squeezing. Kept 7 in the box at the times, but we felt like with the size of their DBs, we had some good matchups. And Dawson threw the ball well. A couple of our read routes we ran correctly, and we threw the ball at a high level in the first half. Was really proud.
Of course, back to the defense, I think our defensive line has really developed significantly over the year. I thought our D-line, those guys in that middle of the trenches there really held their ground against that offensive line from River Oaks.
They did. Gunnar Brister's the captain of our defense, but the defensive line is really allowing him to free up and run to the ball. The last 3 weeks has been the difference to me. We're flying to the football. I don't know if we just understand what we're doing now, but they're playing fast, and we've got 4, 5, 6, even more than that at the ball sometimes when we're tackling. So really running to the ball well.
Again, Corey Case, perfect from the extra point line, and had a couple of punts as well. Again, Corey is a guy that works hard at what he does, and as you said, he could very well be a guy who's going to decide a football game in these playoffs.
It's nice having him over on the sideline, knowing if it comes down to a kick, I feel like we're always at an advantage on special teams because of him.
All right, let's take a break right now. We'll come back and talk about tonight's semifinals as we get ready to go to Greenville to take on Greenville St. Joe, and we'll do that in 2 minutes after this on B92.
Brookhaven Academy has been serving our community for over 40 years. They offer a quality education and a Christian and learning environment for all students from preschool through 12th grade. Students each receive opportunities to excel in the arts, ACT prep, extracurricular activities, college preparatory curriculum, and athletics. Come visit Headmaster Jason Case and Elementary Principal Paige Nielsen to see how Brookhaven Academy is making a difference one child at a time.
Hello, this is Will Thibodeau, General Sales Manager at Sullivan Ford Lincoln. Cool weather is finally here, but the deals are only heating up here at Sullivan. After record-breaking new car and truck sales, our lot is full of great local trades. And with 0% and $3,500 off new F-150, now is the time to upgrade your ride. No matter what make or model you are looking for, if we don't have it on the lot already, we can find it for you. Come see our family here or visit us on the World Wide Web at SullivanFordLincoln.com. Sullivan Ford Lincoln. We're better, we're proving it, and we want you to be the judge. Exit 40, Brookhaven.
The votes are in, and the hardware store selected as the best in Brookhaven and Lincoln County is Perkins Hayes Hardware. Everyone at Perkins Hayes Hardware thanks their loyal customers and friends for making them number one. For quality products and superior customer service, come to the home of the helpful hardware folks, voted number one in Brookhaven and Lincoln County. Perkins Hayes Hardware, Highway 51 North in Lincoln Plaza.
Any age, any sport, any injury. The Mississippi Sports Medicine Team has your team covered. Shoulder and elbow specialists Larry Field, Red Hobgood, and Randy Ramsey are Mississippi's leaders in the treatment of sports-related injuries. Get back in the game with Mississippi Sports Medicine. Any age, any sport, any injury. The Mississippi Sports Medicine Team has your team covered. Hip and knee specialists Walter Shelton, Jason Kraft, Austin Barrett, and James O'Mara are Mississippi's leaders in the treatment of sports-related injury. Get back in the game with Mississippi Sports Medicine.
Well, tonight we head to Greenville to take on the Fighting Irish of Greenville St. Joe, a team that really kind of struggled a little bit like last week against Clinton Christian. And this is a team that overall, except for one game, has been averaging over 40 points a ball game. So Clinton Christian played them tough last week.
Played them really well. They tackled well. The field conditions were really sloppy. That's kind of what we're expecting tonight. They had a lot of rain during the week. Their last few games have been in the rain, so hopefully the field will hold up well. But it was an exciting ball game. Clinton Christian had a chance there at the end to win it, and we've taken some things that we're going to try to do from them.
Let's talk a little bit about this Greenville St. Joe offense. As I mentioned, I believe Indianola is the only team that beat them this year, but they're averaging 40, 45, 50 points a ball game against some fairly decent opponents.
Yes, number 2, number 1 in the backfield. Number 2, I've been coaching for a while. He's one of the most explosive athletes that I've seen. I believe the coach told me Auburn offered him a few weeks ago as a defensive back, but extremely explosive. He's going to be hard to tackle, so we're going to have to do well containing them, and keeping him in the pocket and using leverage and tackling with somebody.
Defensively, they're also a team that plays defense well. They've limited most of their opponents to a touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns at most in the games they've won this year. So this is a defense, perhaps the best defense we've faced all year.
They keep a lot of people in the box. They just man you up. They don't play anybody free. So, if you've got 3 wideouts, they man up on those 3 and keep 8 in the box. Going to be really hard to run on them if they do that. I've got a feeling they may double up Cade. We've seen another film where they doubled a receiver, but really feel like, we can run some rub routes and crossing routes and different things like that to get some guys. So maybe not, looking at sustaining a lot of drives, but I think we might have a big play capability tonight if we get enough time.
Are they a team that blitzes a lot, or they just try to control the line of scrimmage on you defensively?
They just kind of read and run to the ball. They will blitz at times, but they're in the forefront, and They just going to kind of run to the ball. I believe they're key in the back instead of the line. So, I think some misdirection may slow them down a little bit, but with their speed, they're going to close so fast. So we're going to have to be really sharp and know what we're doing.
Let's talk about a few keys to a Cougar win tonight that would get us into the state AA championship game next week.
With the field conditions like they are, we cannot turn the ball over, give them a short field. So turnovers is going to be a big part of this game. If they put the ball on the ground, we need to jump on it. I think special teams, they're so explosive in the back. We're going to try some onside kicks and different things to try to get a turnover and get the ball from them. So if we can get a couple onside kicks, I think that would be big.
Well, Coach, it's going to be a great matchup tonight. Greenville St. Joe, a team that won it all, I believe, last year, and they're looking to repeat. But, again, we've got a win here to put us into the state championship. And, of course, we get down to the season. This is where you want to be at this time of the year. You're
still playing right now. That's absolutely right. We've kind of reflected the last 2 weeks of where we were and how far we've come, and really excited about our football program right now. And to have a chance to go win a game and play for the state championship is exciting.
All right, Coach, thanks so much for visiting with us, and good luck to the Cougars tonight, and we certainly hope we're back here to visit with you next week and get ready for a state championship.
Thank you. Go Cougars.
Prices at the pump got you down? Then get on over to Paul Barnett Nissan. We have many models that get upwards of 40 miles per gallon. That is, if you drive the speed limit. Paul Barnett Nissan is proud to offer the incredible Altima, stylish Sentra, radical Rogue, and versatile Versa. Interest-free or huge rebates. To make a sweet deal even sweeter, we will throw in 2 years' worth of free car washes with any new or pre-owned vehicle purchase. Isn't it time you experience the difference at Paul Barnett Nissan?
When you see that yellow and black Landmax sign, you know the professionals at Landmax are on the job to get you the most money for land or timber. Landmax with foresters and real estate agents in Mississippi and Louisiana. Got land? Got timber? Call our Landmax office today for any of your land or timber needs. Call your Landmax agent Chad Smith, 601-835-5050 and online at landmaxproperties.com.
Dr. Clay Johnson and his staff want to wish the Brookhaven Academy football team good luck.
We are open Monday to Thursday, 8 to 5.
Call us at 835-0090 to schedule an appointment.
Dr. Clay Johnson is located at 224 South Church Street, Suite A.
Go BA!
Dr. Clay Johnston is a general dentist serving our community for over 15 years. Let him and his staff take care of you today.
Owning your own business is tough. It's long hours and sleepless nights. It's customer service and managing employees. It's supplies and salaries, profit and loss. I'm Melissa at Pike National Bank. Here at PNB, we understand everything it takes to run your own business, and we're here to help you every step of the way. From checking accounts to loans, we have what you need to keep banking for your business simple. Visit one of our bankers at our Brookhaven location today to learn more about our business banking. Pike National Bank, a better way to bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Minutes away from the kickoff for tonight's semifinal contest featuring the Brookhaven Academy Cougars, again 9-2 in the year, facing the Greenville St. Joe Fighting Irish. They're 10-1, currently the number 1 seed in the 2A division of the playoffs. Brookhaven Academy coming in as a number 4 seed. Brookhaven Academy defeating, of course, last week River Oaks, while Greenville St. Joe got past Clinton Christian, a hard-fought ball game here at Greenville St. Joe last week. One encouraging thing's got to be for this football team, Beck. You look across the way, the visiting stands already full of Brookhaven Academy supporters here tonight.
Yeah, a good crowd from Brookhaven. We all know that the Brookhaven Nation is prone to travel, and they've certainly made their way to Greenville tonight to support their Cougars and cheer them through this ball game. And we appreciate all the support of our fans that did make it, and those of you listening at home back in Brookhaven and Lincoln County. So follow us tonight here on B92 or on YouTube, B92, WBKN on YouTube, and we'll give you all the action. And like I said, we're about 8 minutes away from kickoff. Ken and I are high atop the press box here on the home side. It's 48 degrees, winds blowing about 10 to 12 miles an hour, wind chill probably down around 42, 43 degrees. So we're just settling in, and we're not going to move around too much. So, but stay with us, and we're looking forward to a very competitive and a good ball game tonight.
Game captains coming to the middle of the field right now. The senior class for Brookhaven Academy going to be representing the Cougars tonight, and that's going to be across the front. Pick them up real quick. It'll be out there. Sawyer Bolin will be one. Dawson Flowers, also Sonny Singh, and Cole Griffin for Brookhaven Academy, the front four. For the Fighting Irish of Greenville St. Joe, they'll be having senior Darius Mooten. He's a team captain. Also, the big guy, Jacob Nelson. He's a 5'11", 240-pound senior defensive end. Also representing the Fighting Irish, Vince Taylor. Senior, 6'1", 219-pound tight end. And also representing the Fighting Irish, Herman Brown, another senior defensive back for the Fighting Irish. Fighting Irish decked out in Notre Dame gold and green this evening. They are green jerseys, white numerals, green pants, gold helmets. Brookhaven Academy, white helmets, white jerseys, blue numerals, and blue pants. They're traditional road uniforms here tonight. And again, field conditions, as we talked about, Beck, could be one factor in this ball game. Watching Corey Case punting, and you saw the same thing. When the ball hit, it does not bounce and roll, it just sticks. Yeah, it takes maybe one little mini bounce. And
we made the comment. It was just almost like a wedge shot coming into a green, a wet green at that, and it just stuck in the ground right there. And the field's already chopped up from the pregame loosening up drills and along the sideline. And Ken, you mentioned in the before the coaches show, we set back about 40 to 50 yards from the sideline. Real spacious area, and the area where the football team, the Fighting Irish football team, be standing, it's already it's soaking wet over here. The cheerleaders are easing their way around in the mud, so it's going to definitely be a wet track. And looking at that, Greenville St. Joe, they rely a lot on their speed, and I think that wet field works to the advantage of the Cougars. So if you can look at it from that perspective, that may be a good thing for BA, maybe slow down that running game of the Fighting Irish. And again, we'll talk about the two juniors, Dylan Johnson, he's the quarterback, and Trey Benson, the leading rusher for the Fighting Irish. Johnson is a junior, 6'1", 180, and Benson 6'1", 190. So those are the guys that are going to be the go-to guys for the Fighting Irish, and the ones that the Cougars are going to be looking to stop.
Well, Brookhaven Academy has won the toss. They've elected to receive, so they'll be moving right to left. They'll be moving toward the north end zone here at the football field, defending the south end zone. Let's take another 2 minutes. 2 minutes down the line. We'll come back and get ready for the opening kickoff right after this on B92.
Hey, this is Prentice Smith, General Manager at Toyota Brookhaven in Brookhaven, Mississippi. At Toyota Brookhaven, we deliver one of the largest selections of new and pre-owned vehicles in Southwest Mississippi. We deliver great savings on all of our new and pre-owned inventory. But most importantly, we deliver the customer service you expect and deserve. So come see what thousands of people already know, that when trust is not an issue, car buying can be fun. Visit us on site, exit 40 Brookhaven, or online at ToyotaBrookhaven.com. Remember, at Toyota Brookhaven, we deliver.
Banking on the go with Bank of Brookhaven's Net Teller. Hey, this is Shannon Aker for Bank of Brookhaven. Mobile banking service offers you easy access to information on your Bank of Brookhaven accounts in a single application, anywhere, anytime. With mobile banking, you can pay your bills 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, while at work or at home or on the road. Hey, at Bank of Brookhaven, it's still all about you. Bank of Brookhaven, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'm Melvin Tinkle, longtime host of Mississippi Outdoors. I'm here with my friend Gary Stewart of Four Corner Properties. Gary, tell the good folks how Four Corner Properties can make their buying experience hassle-free.
You know, Melvin, in today's real estate market, there are many different ways to find properties, which can be very overwhelming and way overpriced. We want to be your professional filter that reduces the hassle of finding that special dream property.
For more information, call 601-952-2828.
I'm Melvin Tinkle.
I'm Gary Stewart.
See you in the great outdoors.
Online, 4CPlandandhomes.com.
Flint's
Pharmacy wants to wish the Brookhaven Academy football team good luck this season. Come inside and visit the best greeting card selection in town, with all cards just 99 cents. But those days you are in a hurry, you can use Clint's convenient and fast drive-thru line. Now inside Clint's Pharmacy is Complete Family Medical, a clinic that takes walk-ins to get you in and out. Clint's Pharmacy, 201 Highway 51 North, Brookhaven. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30, and Saturday, 8 to noon.
Back at Greenville, St. Joe, let's go to the field for the opening prayer and the national anthem.
Father, we give you thanks for all of your blessings and grace. We give you thanks for our children, for all of their talents. We ask that you watch over all participants in tonight's contest. Help them perform to the best of their abilities and keep them from harm. Watch over us all on our journey home tonight, especially our brothers and sisters from Brookhaven. And Father, please keep and carry the family of Jeremiah Williams. Give their hearts rest and allow their eyes to see the hope that you have set before us. We ask all of these things in faith and in the name of Jesus Christ. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
The invocation and the playing of the national anthem, and back perhaps during the prayer, folks may have heard the name of Jeremiah Williams, a young man from Greenville that was injured last week. Learned this afternoon, unfortunately, he did pass away.
Yeah, just heavy hearts up here in Greenville. I got a phone call on the way up. I have some relatives that live in the area, and they told me, of course, a lot of the St. Joe fans were talking about it, as well as we were visiting with some of those folks down around the press box. And we certainly send our thoughts and prayers out to the Greenville High School program and the family of Jeremiah Williams.
I heard one or two of the folks up here talking about the players, a couple of players here on Greenville St. Joe were very good friends of Jeremiah Williams, and kind of concerned about how they might affect their play here tonight against Brookhaven Academy. Well, the Cougars have won the toss. They'll be electing to receive. They'll be coming through the banner erected in the south end zone. Greenville St. Joe has already taken the field. They'll be kicking off here tonight. And the winner of this ball game will be taking on the winner of the game down at Silva Bay tonight. Our buddy Benji Emery is down there, and he is giving the play-by-play in one of our sister stations, 107.7 out of Liberty Macomb. And he just texted me, said it's cold down in Bay Springs and Silva Bay too. So
no doubt. You know, Ken, we obviously we played both of those teams. We were knocked off Centerville and Silva Bay. Beat us earlier in the year, and we talked about it. We were talking about that game coming up. I don't think we were playing our best football at the time, but that ought to be a real good contest as well down in Bay Springs.
For the winners meet next Saturday, the 17th. That will be a 2:30 kickoff. That game will be at Jackson Academy. for the state AA title.
The Cougars won the ball.
The Cougars will be lining up, and I kind of wonder if they may be hoping to set up that same kind of play we had at Mid-County School where Sonny Singh got the kickoff and handed it to Cade Brown and a reverse coming back the other way for the touchdown.
I'll tell you what, I've watching some film this week. Looked like most of the kicks from Greenville St. Joe were a lot of sky kicks, so may not make it back to Sonny. Certainly they'll be looking for possibility of that, but we certainly want to get the ball in the hands of number 19.
Well, Singh is to the near side. Brown is to the far side. They're both standing at about the Cougar 15-yard line. Semifinal football action getting underway here at Greenville St. Joe. Glad to have you along this evening on WBKN B92. Again, sky kick will come to Sonny Singh. He will take it, and he's going to return it to the 25, Sonny to the 30. Trying to find a little angle there. Got up to about the 35-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 35 by the Fighting Irish, and that's where the Cougars go on offense. First down and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Bowden makes a tackle for the Fighting Irish. So we Dawson Flowers and company in the backfield here. Ogden will be your running back standing in next to the Dawson Flowers.
Seeing to our side, looks like the inside receiver is going to be Griffin with Cade Brown wide to Flowers right.
Got a pistol set with Ogden in behind Dawson Flowers. Give to Ogden, hits the middle of the line, fights ahead for about 2 yards out to the 37. He'll be tackled by the middle of that line. One of those in there is Vince Taylor, that very talented defensive linebacker for the Fighting Irish. So second down and 8 now for the Cougars at their 37. This time Ogden to the right side of Flowers. Here comes the rush. Flowers delivers down the right sideline. That's going to be incomplete. Diving attempt made down around the 40 by Cade Brown. He stretched out for it, couldn't come down with it down to the Greenville St. Joe 40.
Ken, now we can't see the number. I believe that might have been Ogden out of the backfield on a wheel route.
I believe you're right. I believe it, but he's got a dirty jersey now, so we certainly can't see his number.
He's now completely covered. We cannot see the front of his jersey. Just off his fingertips down around the 40-yard line of the Fighting Irish. So third down and 8 for the Cougars.
Brown and Griffin lined up to this side. That will be toward the home press box area. Double outs to the right side. Third down and 8 for the Cougars. Flowers to throw, has some time. Here comes the pressure, rolling to his right, looking, fires it down the field. It's going to be incomplete. Looking for Sonny Singh at about the 46, 47-yard line. Incomplete, out of bounds on the far side. That's going to bring up a punting situation. That'll bring on Corey Case and company.
Good pressure there. Number 5, Fred Townsend, defensive end freshman, 6'2", 232. So this is a big squad for the Fighting Irish. Back deep to receive is going to be number 1, Trey Benson. For the Irish, Case is going to stand on top of his 25-yard line to punt it away.
Snap back to Case. He'll take it. Kicks on the way. Not a very high kick. He'll hit and take a short roll. It'll roll dead on the Greenville St. Joe 41. So that's where the Irish go on offense, first and 10 at their own 41. Again, as we mentioned, the field conditions not conducive for getting good bounces. That ball hit and rolled about 2 yards.
Yeah, really went nowhere, Ken. Case slipped on the punt, so just did all he could do. Got it out there about a 27-yard punt after the roll. So the Irish are going to set it right on top of the 40-yard line, their own 40. They'll be working left to right as you look at your radio. No score early, 11 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. Greenville with their first possession.
Dylan Johnson, Trey Benson in the backfield. Between these two young men, nearly 3,000 yards in rushing between the two. With a bat football, it's going to be Johnson. Johnson's going to break tackles on his feet to midfield. Gets a first down. That was a busted play that Johnson picked up that loose ball, ran up the field, avoided some tacklers, and gets it down to the Brookhaven Academy 47-yard line. First down and 10 for the Fighting Irish on the Brookhaven Academy 47.
12-yard gain for Johnson, just improvised on the bad snap. Came around the right end. Harrison Brownlee on the stop for the Cougars.
So Johnson again, the quarterback. He's got the running back Benson to his left. Put a man in motion. That'll be Lockett. Give up the left side with room is going to be the running back Johnson. He's got it inside the 40. He'll take it all the way down to the Cougar 39-yard line. About a 5-6 yard pickup off the left side by Dylan Johnson. Griffin makes a tackle for Brookhaven Academy. It brings up a second down. We'll call it about 3 to go here for the Fighting Irish and the Cougar 39-yard line. Rolling down to 10 minutes left in the first quarter. No score in the ball game. Benson, a quarterback. But Johnson off to his right side this time. And the give us this time will be to, actually, that's going to be Johnson taking the snap, giving it off to Benson. Benson crashes off the left side. He's got the first down, takes it inside the 35, all the way down to the Cougar 33. First down at 10, Fighting Irish. Brister makes a tackle.
Yeah, pretty interchangeable right there. That time, of course, Johnson listed as the quarterback number 2, but Benson took the snap on that one. So they looks like they can kind of a wildcat set. Either one of those can take the snap.
And Benson will be the running back to the right side of Johnson.
That's right.
Johnson set up at the quarterback slot, got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He'll take the snap, wants to throw, looking, still looking, got plenty of time. Cougars had no rush, and I think Coach Rushing mentioned that's what they were going to do. They're going to stretch the field out, and that time the quarterback finally found somebody down there around the 24, 26-yard line where they put the ball down.
Looks like the pass caught out there by number 99, Fletcher McGaw. All the way across the field. That's got to be almost 100 yards across there.
From where we're sitting.
From where we're sitting, all the way across the field. I checked that as 23.
That's our big
Jacob Nelson.
Jacob Nelson grabbed that one. So second down and about 4 to go. Johnson throws. This ball is going to be in the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. That's going to be a touchdown catch made by Caleb Lockett, the sophomore. So Johnson's pass will cover about 26 yards. So with 8:41 left of the first quarter, St. Joe takes the lead 6-0 over Brookhaven. Going for 2. You have right up to the middle, gives the big guy, smashes in there. 2-point conversion is good. So your New York Life Insurance agents, Dwayne Allred, Kelly Allred, extra point attempt is good. There's a break in the action. 8:41 left here in the first quarter. It is St. Joe, Greenville, St. Joe 8, Brookhaven Academy nothing. Let's take 30 seconds down the line. Brookhaven Academy Cougar football continues after this on B92.
You're not alone when it comes time to make your house a home. The experts at J&B Tile and Marble would like to help, beginning with new flooring, hardwood, laminate, ceramic, carpet, and more. Be sure to like us on Facebook. And because J&B is locally owned and operated, rest assured you'll get the big city selection with friendly hometown service, a fair price, and the professionalism and respect you and your home deserve. J&B Tile and Marble, 102 White Brook Drive in Brookhaven, just off Highway 51.
A 59-yard drive by the Fighting Irish. 26-yard touchdown pass to Lockett. 2-point conversion is good, and the Fighting Irish take the early lead 8-0 with 8:41 left here in the first quarter of play. Once again, Singh will be lined up to the near side, Brown to the far side. Both will stand back at about their 15-yard line. And a short kick comes over to Singh, goes past Singh. He stumbles, fortunately goes out of bounds. Got a break on that one. That ball fortunately rolled out of bounds, or that could have been inside our 10.
I don't know if Singh may have gotten a hand on it. Otherwise, that would be a penalty for the kick rolling out of bounds.
They're going to spot it.
Yeah, they'll spot it right there. So evidently, Singh touched the ball up around the 15-yard line and slipped, lost his footing. Referees are conferring right here. They're going to discuss it and see if Singh did not touch that ball, they should move it out. Yeah, we got a flag over here on the sideline.
Illegal procedure against the kicking team, so Brookhaven Academy should get the ball up here at about 35.
Right.
So a break for the Cougars on that one. A couple of quick scores just into us. Hattiesburg 7, Brookhaven High nothing. South Pike 8, Mendenhall nothing. We'll get you updates on the Centerville-Silva Bay game as well. Winner of this game will take on the winner of that game for the state AA title. That game will be next Saturday at 2:30 at Jackson Academy. Well, the Cougars have it. First down and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Went 3 and out our first offensive play. Fighting Irish took their opening possession and drove it 59 yards for the touchdown. Had a 2-point conversion to take the early 8-0 lead. Those two running backs and quarterback are as billed.
Yeah.
They are quite good athletes.
The 26-yard pass from Dylan Johnson to receiver Caleb Lockett. And, those are the three players, Lockett, Johnson, and Benson, that we talked about in the pregame.
Ogden to the right side of Flowers. Triples to the right side. But Flowers to throw. Pass is going to be tipped away, incomplete. Look for Cole Griffin. There defensively for the Fighting Irish is going to be Dylan Johnson. So Griffin can't come up with it. So second down and 10 for the Cougars at the Cougar 35-yard line.
Griffin, the inside receiver there, just on a quick slant route, just out of his reach from Flowers. Second down and 10 for the Cougars. 8:37 to go here in the first quarter of play. 8-0 Fighting Irish on a 26-yard touchdown pass.
Ogden, the pistol set, fake to Ogden. Pass is going to come outside. I believe that's going to be Griffin. Slips and goes down for no gain. In fact, he may lose a yard on the play there defensively. Max Perkins for the Fighting Irish. And Griffin caught it as soon as he planted his foot. His foot went out from under him, and he goes to the ground. Again, that's indicative of how this game is going to be. Brad, this field very wet, very chopped up already.
Yeah, and even on the touchdown play, there's a couple moves out there by Lockett, and our defensive back just slid across the field and couldn't get any footing to jump up and try to knock it away.
So third down, 10 now for the Cougars at their own 35-yard line. Ogden lines up to the right side of Flowers, trips to the left side, single out to the right side. Flowers in trouble. Flowers are going to be decked back at the 29-yard line. Crashing in there to get the tackle is going to be Jacob Nelson. The big 5'11", 240-pound senior drops him for a loss back on the 29-yard line. So fourth down and 16, obvious punting situation. Going back to receive the punt will be Dylan Johnson.
Thought we were going to get an offsides call right there. It seemed like the Fighting Irish were in the neutral zone when the snap was made. No call, and they got in there on top of Flowers for the 6-yard loss.
Bad snap. Case is going to kick it a little end over end. It's going to get a little bit of a roll, but the Irish are going to have it in great position at the Cougar 39-yard line. Bad snap back to Case. Case had to dig it out of the turf. Did get it away for a short punt, but doesn't go very far. So the St. Joe Fighting Irish will have it first and 10 at the Cougar 39-yard line.
Yeah, that snap came out. Not only was it low, Ken, it was to the left of Case. He had to move about 3 steps to his left to pick it up and try to get the kickoff. Had a hard rush in there coming from number 23, Jacob Nelson. Just got it away, but a net of about 13 yards on the kick.
Officials conferring at the 40-yard line. St. Joe will back up a little bit. No flag.
Interesting, Ken, the side judge over here as he makes his way to the near sideline, gingerly trying not to slip and fall on this wet turf. I think every step goes over the top of the shoelaces. It's just so wet. So really sloppy track down on the Cougar end of the field to our right, which is the north end of the field.
Johnson will line up the quarterback. He's got Benson off to his left side. Give it to Benson. Benson goes left, comes back right. hit, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, comes down the right sideline, inside the 30, ridden out of bounds finally inside the 30, about the 27. And over to make the tackle is Cade Brown for Brookhaven Academy. But again, nifty footwork by Johnson. He, for one, did not slip on this slippery football field, able to get out of the grasp of a Cougar player, which would have been a loss. Got to the right sideline, got a big gain down inside the 30 to the 20, down to the 24.
Yeah, get Benson 15 on that play. Back down, working their way deep into Cougar territory.
2 receivers left, one to the right out of the shotgun. Keeper by Johnson. He slips and he'll go down. Benson, rather, that's right, that is Johnson. Johnson slips, trying to make the cut, going back to his right. Feet came out from under him. He goes down after about a yard pickup. Be a 2nd and 9 now on the Cougar. Well, actually, they say no gain. 2nd and 10. Put the ball on the Cougar 25. 6:17 left in the first quarter. 8-0 Greenville St. Joe.
That's going to be number 2, Johnson, lining up at the quarterback slot. They are interchangeable, so we have to check almost every play.
Johnson will take it. Johnson looking, has plenty of time. Fires into the end zone. This pass is going to be caught for a touchdown. Same play, same receiver, grabbing that one for the touchdown. 25-yarder is going to be Lockett. So 25-yard touchdown pass to Lockett. That makes it a 14-0 ball game at the 5:56 mark of the first quarter. 2-point conversion coming up to line it up in the I formation. Got that big defensive end as a up back to give it to him, stacked up, fighting and fighting, still fighting. They still stacked up, and he doesn't make it. Dropped it about the 1-yard line. Your New York Life Insurance agents, Dwayne Allred, Kelly Allred, extra point attempt is no good. There's a break in the action. 5:50 left in the first quarter. Brookhaven Academy down by 14. Greenville St. Joe 14. Brookhaven Academy nothing. We'll take 30 seconds down the line. Brookhaven Academy Cougar football continues after this on B92.
Being good at life means treating your business like your family, making sure that everyone's on the right path toward financial security. With over 170 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company can help find the best plan for your business and the employees who help it grow. So give Dwayne Allred, your local New York Life agent, a call. He can also help you plan your family's financial future. You can reach him at 601-833-0604 or look for him at NewYorkLife.com.
A 40-yard drive by Greenville St. Joe, 25-yard touchdown pass to Lockett. Extra point attempt was no good. 14-0 Greenville St. Joe, 5:56 left in the first quarter.
Ken, about the same play we saw the other touchdown. Lockett just got behind the defensive back, the cornerback of the Cougars. Over the shoulder catch for the touchdown. Kickoff goes to Flowers on the left side, back up to
20. Out to about the 35-yard line. That's where the Cougars go on offense. First down at 10 at their own 30. At their own 35. Another update, Jackson Academy, Jackson Prep all tied up 7-7. South Pike has gone ahead 14-0 over Mendenhall. The BA's gone 3 and outs, both possessions, if we get something going on this particular possession.
Ogden behind Flowers. Up back is going to be Waldrop going in motion.
Flowers going to fake the handoff. Looking, here comes pressure. Flowers is going to be hit. He'll be sacked back at about the 27. Number of Fighting Irish in there. Darius Mouton, the senior middle linebacker, first man in there to make the tackle. And Flowers has dropped back on the 30. Loss of 5 on the play brings up a 2nd and 15 for the Cougars.
Big Fran Townsend, 6'2", 232, middle linebacker as well, in for the Irish.
So 2nd down and 15 now for the Cougars back at their own 30. Flowers takes it. Flowers looking. Pass is going to be caught by Brown. Brown has room at the 40, 45, 50. Finally forced out of bounds in St. Joe territory. They'll put the ball down inside the 45. So he'll take it down to about the 45-yard line in Irish territory. First down of the ball game for the Cougars.
24-yard pass and catch.
Actually put the ball down on the Irish 47. First down, 10 Cougars.
Really no need to panic here. Cougars just got to execute on offense, look for the short passes, cross the middle, in the slots.
Trips to the left side, single out to the right side. Flowers takes it, wants to throw, looking, fires it out here. It's going to be off the hands of the intended receiver down around the 35-yard line. I believe that was Cole Griffin, the intended receiver. The ball was in his hands for a moment. He got bumped into after the ball got to his hands, kind of knocked it out of his hands, incomplete.
Yeah, just as the ball hit the hands of Griffin, Devin McCrae came in and jolted the ball loose. It's going to be a second down and 10 for the Cougars. Going to spot the ball on the Irish 48-yard line.
4:55 left in the first quarter, 14-0 Irish. Snap back to Flowers, looking. Quick pass going to be caught, and catching it and slipping down after a short gain for the Cougars is going to be Cole Griffin. Picks up about 3 on the play, gets it to the 44, brings up a third down. We'll call it 7 to go here for the Cougars on the Irish 44.
Third down, 7 yards to go for the Cougars.
Cougars have 3 receivers off to the right. That's Brown, Griffin, and Singh. Rob Johnson, the lone receiver, off to the left side.
Cougars taking a long look here. 10 seconds on the play clock as Flowers brings his offense to the line.
Flowers checks out that St. Joe defense. He'll take it, takes a handoff, looking, fires it out here behind the intended receiver, Cade Brown. Brown coming in a slant from right to left. Had a little seam there, but the ball behind him. And I think if Brown could have caught that ball, that would have been a nice gainer because he had a little opening right in front of him to get some additional yardage. But unfortunately, the pass is behind him, incomplete, brings up a 4th down and 7 on the St. Joe 44.
Looks like Coach Ron Rushing is going to leave his offensive unit on the field. 14 on the play clock.
Brown will come to the left side. He and Singh to the left side. Griffin, the lone receiver, off to the right side. Ogden stays in. And Greenville St. Joe leans in, and the flag is thrown. So encroachment is going to be the call against Greenville St. Joe.
The mark off 5 is going to set the ball down. It's going to be a 4th and about 3 yards to go. A long 2, short 3 for the Cougars.
Ball set down to the Irish 39-yard line. Brisk northerly wind here. Cool evening in the Mississippi Delta. As Flowers has Ogden off to his right. Looking. Flowers rolling to his right. Still looking. Fires it down the field. It's going to be incomplete. Looking for Cade Brown coming across the field. Brown couldn't quite catch up to the ball. Incomplete. So St. Joe takes over on downs at their own 39-yard line.
Flowers took a little pressure, got flushed out of the pocket, was looking first to Nick Ogden. He was covered up there by a linebacker. Cade Brown dragging across from the left slot position just off his fingertips. Cougars turn it over on downs. St. Joe taking over at their own 39-yard line, up 14-0, 4:03 to go here in the first quarter of play.
Benson and Johnson in the backfield. Benson is going to be a running back. Johnson the quarterback. He's thrown 2 touchdown passes already tonight. Got a whistle, and let's see what this is all about.
I believe the play clock got him. Let's see if we get a delay a game.
5-yard penalty coming up against Greenville St. Joe. St. Joe, the number 1 team ranked in the Class 2A all year long. Their only loss to Indianola.
Irish were a little slow coming out of the huddle on that one. So Johnson comes to the sideline, picks up his play from his offensive coordinator or head coach, brings it back onto the field, huddles. They were just a little delayed getting that play back in for instructions to his squad. 5-yard penalty.
So Johnson has it. He'll take it. He wants to throw. No pressure from the Cougars. They'll flip it out here to Benson. Here comes Benson, and he's going to get about 3 or 4 yards knocked out of bounds on the far side. Got it back out to about the 30, at the 33, so checked about 36, so they'll put it down. Be a second down, we'll call it about 12 to go. 3:50 left in the first quarter, 14-0 Greenville St. Joe.
Tackle out there forced him out of bounds. Keegan Smith for the Cougars.
Johnson lines up again at quarterback. Benson to his right. 2 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left. Cougars have 4 down linemen in this set. Once again, Johnson looking to throw. Fires it out here. It's going to be caught, juggled, and dropped. Pass was momentarily complete. Brown, their intended receiver, had it, started juggling it, and couldn't corral that loose football. It fell out of hands. Incomplete, brings up a third down, and about 12 now for the Fighting Irish.
Good job out there by Colin Waldrop. Knocked the ball loose after the apparent catch. Popped up into the air. Cougars had a shot at it, just couldn't haul it in. So we're going to call it 3rd and 12, Ken.
And Johnson has his running back, Benson, off to his right. Lockett, the receiver who's caught the 2 touchdown passes, is the inside receiver here on the right side. Low snap. Johnson has to struggle with it. Whether picks it up, he's going to run to the left side, breaks tackles, and he's going to be run out of bounds right at midfield. They'll be about 4 yards short, though, of the first down. That ball was a low snap. Johnson had trouble handling it, finally had to pick it up, try to get something out of it. Picks up maybe 6-7 yards in the play, 4th down, and about 5 to go now for the Fighting Irish. And they're going for it.
Yeah, ball set down. It's on their own 44-yard line. Little bit of a gamble here for the Fighting Irish.
4th and 5 at their own 45. Johnson, hard snap, hard count. Look to the sideline. Now they're going to come off and try to draw the Cougars offsides. Cougars stayed put. Now the punting team will come on. Timeout's going to be called by the Fighting Irish. Break in the action. 3:40 left in the first quarter of play. Greenville St. Joe 14, Brookhaven Academy nothing. Let's take 30 seconds. 30 down the line. Brookhaven Academy Cougar football continues after this on B92.
Brookhaven Academy has been serving our community for over 40 years. They offer a quality education and a Christian and learning environment for all students from preschool through 12th grade. Students each receive opportunities to excel in the arts, ACT prep, extracurricular activities, college preparatory curriculum, and athletics. Come visit Headmaster Jason Case and Elementary Principal Paige Nielsen to see how Brookhaven Academy is making a difference one child at a time.
3:40 left here in the first quarter. Brookhaven Academy now 14-0. They're going to go for it, breaking up the middle. There goes Benson. He's going to take it to the house. That's going to be a 55-yard touchdown run right up the gut by Trey Benson. Benson exploded up the middle. By the time he got to about midfield 45, he was all by himself as he turned on the afterburners, outran the Cougars to the end zone. So 45-yard touchdown run by Benson makes it 20-0. That comes at the 3:31 mark of the first quarter. And they'll come in with a 2-point conversion. But get the big defensive end Nelson up there as the running back, the fullback of the I set. Johnson takes a snap, fakes it. He's going to keep it himself. Tackled, and he'll go down. The 2-point conversion, the New York Life Insurance agents, Dwayne Allred, Kelly Allred, extra point attempt is no good. 3:31 left in the first quarter, 20-0 Greenville St. Joe. Let's take 30 down the line. Brookhaven Academy Cougar football continues after this on B92.
Hello, I'm Lavelle Sullivan with Quick Lane Tire and Auto.
If you're looking for a place to service your vehicle, then Quick Lane has you covered. We service all makes and models, whether you're driving a Dodge, a Chevy, Toyota, or a Jeep. We're open on Saturdays, and we're authorized dealer for 13 brands of tires. We offer 90 days same as cash, and no appointment is ever necessary. If you need tires, brakes, batteries, or just an oil change, then Quick Lane's your place. Quick Lane Tire and Auto, next to Walmart, Brookhaven.
Well, 4th down at 5. Benson takes it right up the middle, takes it to the house on a 55-yard jaunt. And the Fighting Irish.
Yeah,
not 20-0 lead quickly here in this ball game.
Nothing fancy there. Right up the middle. Saw a crease.
Sonny saying, check that Cade Brown. Cade looking for the opening. And he's going to be wrapped up and dropped at the Cougar 36. Down the field was Al McLeod to make the tackle. Moten also on the tackle. So the Cougars will have it 1st down and 10. Put the ball down on the Cougar 36.
Cougars have had pretty good starting field position. Just kind of bogged down on their first 3 possessions.
Well, Flowers checks to the sideline. He's got Ogden lined in the backfield with him. Double receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Flowers to throw. Here comes some pressure. Flowers fires it down the right sideline. This ball is going to be incomplete. Incomplete down the right sideline. Looking for Cole Griffin down around the St. Joe 35-yard line. Check that. It'll be
Ogden. Yeah,
Ogden on that wheel route.
On that wheel route, that Coach Rushing's seen something there. 2 times it's been open. Flowers put that one on the money, the wet football. Ogden just couldn't haul it in.
A couple of quick scores. Madison Regional Academy 14. Park Lane nothing. Jackson Prep 14. Jackson Academy 7. Brookhaven trailing Hattiesburg 14-6. The Flowers and the keeper. He's going to be hit down hard for no gain on the play. Also a score from over at Silva Bay. Centerville leading Silva Bay 6-0. That's in the first quarter. So 3rd down and long. Once again, Brookhaven Academy back facing a 3rd and long. We've had that as our portfolio of plays here this evening so far.
Yeah, got to be looking pass right here. We've had a couple of opportunities. Little quick slants. Had a 1 long successful pass. Flowers to Brown, but that's about all thus far. Had a few opportunities with the wheel route. Just couldn't connect with Ogden.
Ogden in the pistol set. Got a Waldrop in there as an H-back on the left side. Double out to the left side. Single out to the right side. Flowers takes it. Wants to throw. Here comes some pressure. Flowers puts it down. Fires it down the field. This ball is going to be incomplete. Short hopped it down the field. The receiver was down around the St. Joe 35. The ball landed about the 45 as Flowers once again under a heavy pressure from Greenville St. Joe. Silva Bay has just scored to tie that ball game up 6-6 in the second quarter between Centerville and Silva Bay. And the winner of this game takes on the winner of that game for the state 2A title. That'll be a 2:30 kickoff next Saturday at Jackson Academy.
Corey Case going to stand about the 28-yard line, looking to get this punt away.
Benson will be the return man. High snap this time. That ball up in the air high. Case got hit. Case is going to be on the ground. And he's been helped out by a couple of Fighting Irish. And Case pats the Greenville St. Joe guy on the shoulder pad. And Brookhaven Academy is going to get a first down. It's roughing the punter.
Going to be roughing the punter on that one, absolutely. Trying to pick up the number. May have been big number 40. Let's see. He's coming off the field here. He just couldn't stop, Ken. He was coming in hard at Case. Tried to put on the brakes. Slid right underneath Case. And if you hit that plant leg, it's an automatic 15-yarder and a first down. That would be number 23. The big guy, Jacob Nelson, getting in there trying to block that punt. Slid right under Case, hit his plant leg. So 1st and 10 Cougars, a break there
with the
for
ball.
Brookhaven Academy.
Fighting Irish 46. Pistol set, Ogden in the pistol. Give to Ogden up the middle. He's got room across the 45. Across the 40, he'll take it inside the 40. down to about the 37 as we'll put the ball down, about a 7-8 yard pickup there for Ogden.
Yeah, good hard running straight ahead there by Ogden. Nothing fancy. Churning right up the middle. Good job. Offensive line of the Cougars making way for Ogden. So second down, less than a yard to go.
It's almost 10 yards on that carry. Nelson makes a tackle for the Fighting Irish. Ogden sets up to the left side, this time of Dawson Flowers. Flowers throws it down the middle of the field, incomplete. And looking for Cole Griffin down the middle of the field. The ball just a little bit too tall for him. Ball's incomplete. 1:25 left in the first quarter. Greenville St. Joe 20, Brookhaven Academy nothing.
Fighting Irish can certainly keep an eye on Cade Brown. They've got a guy in his face and another defender over the top. The front guys really chucking Brown right there at the front line, right at the line of scrimmage, getting a good hit on Brown, trying to knock him off his path, making it difficult for him. Then he's got the help on the backside.
Flowers with Ogden in behind him. Give to Ogden. Ogden off the right side. Ogden's got some room this time. He'll take it across the 35, down inside the 30. Got it to about the 28. That'll be a first down and 10 for the Cougars. Another nice run by Ogden.
Yeah, good hard running there. We're going to give him 7 yards on that carry off the right side. The big guys over there, Logan Dillon, leading the way for Ogden.
So first down 10 for the Cougars. This drive set up after a roughing the punter penalty against Greenville St. Joe. Flowers with Ogden and the pistol set right behind it. Double out to the left side, single out to the right side. And a timeout is called for Brookhaven Academy. Break in the action, 55 seconds left in the first quarter. Greenville St. Joe 20, Brookhaven Academy nothing. Let's take 30 seconds down the line. Brookhaven Academy Cougar football continues after this on B92.
Do you want a drugstore to treat you like you matter, like they care about you and your health? Then bring your next prescription to Bain Drugs in Brookhaven. The pharmacists and staff at Bain Drugs care about their customers and has taken care of your healthcare needs as their top priority. Bain Drugs features free in-town delivery and curbside service. Bain Drugs also makes transferring your prescriptions easy. Bain Drugs, next to Piggly Wiggly, across from the School of the Arts. Call 833-1922.
Brookhaven Academy with a first down. Got the ball spotted down at about the 28-yard line in Greenville St. Joe territory.
Good opportunity for the Cougars right here. 55 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Get back in this ball game.
Flowers to throw. Quick out's going to be caught for no incomplete on the far side. Second down and 10 on the St. Joe 28.
Looking for Ogden again out of the backfield. Just out of reach right there.
Of course, he's over the top guy, and Brown is a guy that's being recruited by Auburn, Ole Miss, and everybody else. Trey Benson as a defensive back.
Yeah.
Flowers, here comes pressure. The middle screen is going to be caught, and Ogden's going to get a couple of yards. Quick reaction on the play. Coming up was Devin McRae, and he tackled Ogden. Grabbed him by the ankle, and the ankle had dragged him down, or that could have been a pretty good gainer for Brookhaven Academy. Third down and about 6 to go for the Cougars. Put the ball down at close to the 25-yard line in Greenville St. Joe territory.
Look across the field right there, the Cougar sideline, Ken. We can see water standing where the players have been walking on the sideline. So just a terrible field conditions.
Pass in the middle is going to be knocked down by that interior line, getting a hand on it. Fred Townsend, a big 6'2 freshman, 232. This football team is going to be loaded next year, looks like.
Young ball club, not many seniors, and, they're playmakers. Junior, and Lockett, a sophomore. So, as I say, a lot of food in the cupboard here at Greenville St. Joe. Fourth down, about 7 yards to go for the Cougars. I don't think it's any consideration. We'd be kicking into the wind from this point with a ball about the 28-yard line. So just a little bit out of the range with these field conditions for Corey Case.
Flowers has Ogden off to his right. He wants to throw. Has some time. Here comes the pressure. Flowers just throws it down the field, threw it toward a receiver. Fortunately, incomplete. Greenville St. Joe will take over as the first quarter comes to an end. End of one quarter. Greenville St. Joe 20, Brookhaven Academy nothing. Let's take 60 seconds down the line. Brookhaven Academy Cougar football continues after this on B92.
When you see that yellow and black Landmax sign, you know the professionals at Landmax are on the job to get you the most money for land or timber. Landmax with foresters and real estate agents in Mississippi and Louisiana. Got land? Got timber? Call our Landmax office today for any of your land or timber needs. Call your Landmax agent, Chad Smith, 601-835-5050 and online at landmaxproperties.com.
Any age, any sport, any injury. The Mississippi Sports Medicine Team has your team covered. Shoulder and elbow specialists Larry Field, Red Hobgood, and Randy Ramsey are Mississippi's leaders in the treatment of sports-related injuries. Get back in the game with Mississippi Sports Medicine. Any age, any sport, any injury. The Mississippi Sports Medicine Team has your team covered. Hip and knee specialists Walter Shelton, Jason Kraft, Austin Barrett, and James O'Mara are Mississippi's leaders in the treatment of sports-related injury. Get back in the game with Mississippi Sports Medicine.
Start of the second quarter, 20-0. Greenville St. Joe. Another update to Jackson Academy, Jackson Prep 21, Jackson Academy 7. So St. Joe has it at their own 26, the worst field position they've had in this ball game. Johnson and Benson in the backfield. Give to Benson. Benson comes to the right, comes back left. It breaks a tackle, still on his feet, finally dragged down after about a 13-yard pickup, takes it all the way out to the 41-yard line. And it'll be finally pulled down by Brookhaven Academy. Gage Brown will make the tackle. Again, Benson just shows you he's such a strong runner. He got hit 2 or 3 times. Somebody grabbed him by the ankle, jerked his ankle out of their grasp, and still got about 5 or 6 more yards.
Yeah, 6'1", 190, strong runner right there. And like you mentioned, broke 2, 3, 4 tackles on that one before Gage Brown could knock him down just across the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Irish.
At their own 41-yard line. Johnson will take it. He's going to keep it. Hit, breaks a tackle. Midfield, 45. Ankle tackle finally by Keegan Smith. But Johnson's going to take it all the way down to the Cougar 41-yard line. 1st down 10 for St. Joe on the Cougar 41.
Give him 14 on the quarterback keeper.
Cougar 40-yard line, 1st and 10, Irish.
Yeah, this has been an extremely productive pair between Johnson and Benson. Together, they've rushed for almost about 3,000 yards this year between the two.
Up around 130 yards already tonight. 131 to be exact between those two.
Johnson gives it to Benson, goes right, cuts back. He's going to be hit, breaks a tackle, can't get away from the other two. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, got maybe a yard or so coming up to make the tackle. Brookhaven Academy going to be for the Cougars. Got Dylan, or rather, looks like
Gunnar Brister, one of those. I can't see anything but a black jersey on the other one, Ken, completely covered. That's going to be Colin Waldrop, number 34, but the back of his jersey is just completely covered in mud, Ken. Can't make out the number from the backside.
Again, to give a keeper by Johnson, following Benson right up the middle. There goes Johnson inside the 10. He's to the 5. Finally, the Cougars will catch him inside the, going to mark him down inside the 10. Let's see where the judge is going to put the ball down. Also down around the 3. Again, fake to Benson. Benson goes crashing up the middle, and Johnson follows him right up the middle, burst into the secondary, takes it all the way down to the Cougar 2.
37 yards on that carry for Johnson, down to the 2-yard line.
So 1st down and goal to go. The lineup in the I set. The big tight end. Defensive end Jacob Nelson, the up back. Nelson gets the carry, stacked up. He maybe gets a yard on the play, pushed back by the center of that Brookhaven Academy defensive line. Got one. 2nd and goal to go on the Brookhaven Academy 1. 9:53 left in the second quarter, 20-0 Greenville St. Joe, and they're threatening again.
2nd and goal for the Fighting Irish.
So 2nd down and goal to go. They'll line up in the I set. Benson will be the deep back in the eyes. Johnson comes to the sideline to get the play. Play clock down at 10. They're still in the huddle. Got to hurry. 5 seconds, 4, 3 seconds left in the play clock. Snap is made. Keeper by Johnson. He's going to have a little mix-up in the backfield. Got back to maybe close to the 1-yard line. 3rd down and goal to go for the Fighting Irish on the Cougar 1.
Yeah, I got a flag over here on the near sideline, the side judge. Let's see what we got. Illegal shift.
Illegal shift. That's going to cost the Fighting Irish 5 yards. Push the ball back out to about 5-yard line, 6-yard line.
Irish got the ball down around the 2-yard line. 2 very unproductive plays from them. Tried to go with a little keeper in there behind the big lead back, Jacob Nelson. Nothing doing there. Then a mix-up. Running back went the wrong way. Benson Johnson had to make the most out of it. Had the illegal movement, illegal shift over here by the wide receiver. So 2nd down, about 6.5 to go.
Johnson out of the shotgun. He's going to be tackled. Breaks out of the tackle. Looking down the field. Turns the corner. Tackled from behind. Got back to about the 5. He eluded what would have been a big loss back out here beyond the 15. And got it back inside the 5, back down to the 3.
Like Gunnar Brister and Cade Brown out there. Cougars had him dead to rights, back around the 11-yard line, slip free. Johnson scampered to his right, ran for the right pylon, just didn't get there. Got down about the 3-yard line, Ken. It's going to be 3rd down and goal from there. It's got a timeout on the field. I believe that's by the Irish.
St. Joe takes a timeout, breaking the action. 8:33 left in the first half of play. Brookhaven Academy down by 20. Greenville St. Joe 20. Brookhaven Academy nothing. Let's take 30 seconds down the line. Brookhaven Academy Cougar football continues after this on B92.
Dr. Clay Johnson and his staff want to wish the Brookhaven Academy football team good luck.
We are open Monday to Thursday, 8 to 5.
Call us at 835-0090 to schedule an appointment.
Dr. Clay Johnson is located at 224 South Church Street, Suite A. Go BA!
Dr. Clay Johnston is a general dentist serving our community for over 15 years. Let him and his staff take care of you today.
Back. 3rd down and goal from the 2. Give straight up the middle to the big guy, Nelson. He is in there for the touchdown. So Nelson, the big 240-pound defensive end, comes in and plays fullback in the I set. Gets the handoff and charges into the middle of the Cougar line and takes it in for the touchdown. Makes it 26-0. 8:27 left in the first half of play. Once again, going for 2 out of the I set. Give to Nelson off the left side. Your New York Life Insurance agents. Dwayne Allred, Kelly Allred, extra point attempt is going to be good. Breaking the action. 8:27 left in the first half of play. Greenville St. Joe 28, Brookhaven Academy nothing. Let's take 30 seconds down the line. Brookhaven Academy Cougar football continues after this on B92.
The Barnett family has served our community for more than 65 years. At Paul Barnett Nissan, they understand what it means to serve their customers. With a wide variety of new and pre-owned vehicles, Paul Barnett Nissan is eager to satisfy your automotive needs. Allow their award-winning service department the opportunity to service your vehicle, and you will understand what it means to experience the difference. At Paul Barnett Nissan on the Boulevard in Brookhaven or online at pbnissan.com.
Isn't it time you experience the difference at Paul Barnett Nissan?
A 28-0 Brookhaven Academy down by that margin to Greenville St. Joe. It's been all Fighting Irish so far in this ball game, as the score is indicating. Brookhaven Academy has, 2-3 first downs?
Yeah, I believe 3 first downs.
Kickoff is going to be taken by, looks like Flowers, or is that Sonny Singh? Brown. Brown takes it. He's going to be hit and pushed back. He gets the ball out to about the 42. So Cougars going offense, first down and 10 at their own 42.
Yeah, we have to apologize to our listening audience out there. I mean, we just literally cannot pick up these numbers because they've gotten so muddy out there. Your running backs, receivers, linebackers, if you're in on a play, there's a good chance you're going to be covered. We're going to be unable to read the number. We'll do our best.
Ogden in the pistol set in behind Flowers. Gets the handoff. No keeper by Flowers. He's going to be dropped for a loss. No, he does get back up, about a yard loss. Thought he got back to the line of scrimmage. The official right there puts him a yard backwards. So a yard loss in the play. It kind of looked like there might have been a mix-up when they
maybe the little read option looked like Flowers wanted to hand it off to Ogden. Ogden shot on up into the hole. Flowers had to haul it back in on the keeper. Got back to the original line of scrimmage, so second down and 10 for the Cougars.
Halftime over Silva Bay. That's a 6-6 ball game. Flowers to throw, fires it down the right sideline, looking for Singh. This ball is going to be tipped away.
It's going to be Lockett out there.
Lockett, the 5'8" sophomore, has 2 touchdowns in the ball game. Taps it away from Sonny Singh. Incomplete.
Tell you what, Sonny Singh did a good job on that one. He sort of turned into defensive back. That ball hung up there a little bit. Lockett was trying to go up high and steal the interception. Singh got a hand in there at the last moment to prevent that. So third down, 10 yards to go for the Cougars.
He's Singh and Johnston to this side. Brown, the lone receiver, to the far side on the third down play. Flowers looking, fires it down the left side. Brown is open, can't get to it. Just a little bit short. Or at least the receiver a little bit short of the ball. The ball just overthrown by a step or so, or that could have been 6 for the Cougars.
Yeah, and again, that's the dirtiest player on the field, so that may have been Ogden.
Or it's either Ogden or Griffin.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's going to be
Griffin.
It is literally, we cannot tell who that was for the Cougars trying to make that catch. Nonetheless, incomplete. Case back to punt.
Case is high punt, not real deep. He will hit, take a short roll, and the Cougars will touch it down. And that's going to be put down on the Irish 34. So St. Joe gets it first down at 10 on their own 34. Fighting Irish have scored on a 59-yard drive, a 40-yard drive, a 51-yard drive, and a 74-yard drive. 2 touchdown passes. Benson has a 45-yard touchdown run, and Nelson scored their other touchdown. And obviously, Beck, these are the 2 best athletes as far as running backs we have seen this year.
Yeah, no doubt. I think they'll rival anyone, certainly in 2A and probably 3A.
Give to Benson, spins out of a tackle, stays on his feet, fights ahead, still on his feet, still fighting ahead. He'll take it across the 40 all the way out to about the 43, about an 8-yard pickup. Finally, Keegan Smith able to bring him down. Boy, Benson got hit 3 or 4 times, kept his feet going and kept fighting ahead. And that was a pure effort there by Benson on that play.
Absolutely. Behind those big guys, big Britton Verdin, 260. Jordan Scott, 281. And Ja'Cory Williams stands in at 5'10", 380, Ken. So the big guys up front for the Irish making way for Benson and Johnson.
Total outs left and right for the Irish in the second down and 1. Johnson to throw, has plenty of time. Still looking, throws it down the middle of the field. It's going to be caught. First down to the Cougar 40. Hauling that one in for the Irish is going to be Raphael Henry, a sophomore. So Henry grabs his first reception of the ball game. First down and 10. Put the ball down to the Cougar 40.
17 on the pass and catch. Johnson to Henry.
6:25 left in the second quarter. Brookhaven Academy down to the count right now. Greenville St. Joe 28. Brookhaven Academy nothing. This time the big guy Nelson will line up to the right side of Johnson. Benson, they're going to give it to Nelson. There goes Nelson, tripped up after a short gain. Tripping him up is Dawson Flowers. He'll get a couple of yards. Down inside the 40, put him about the 40, about the 36, give him about 5, almost 5 on the play. So we'll call it actually about 4. Second down at about 6. Ball spotted on the Cougar 36.
Flowers, a big Noah Diamond in there. Crashing with the big guy Nelson.
So Nelson again lines up to the right side of Johnson. Benson will be in the pistol set and behind the quarterback. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left again to give to Nelson. Nelson lowers his head, pushes ahead, drags about 2 or 3 tacklers with him, takes it down to about the 30. Keegan Smith coming in to finish it off. Also on the play for Brookhaven Academy was Sawyer Bolin. First down and 10 for the Irish on the Cougar 30.
Ken Nelson's 5'11", 240. Runs very well, plays the defensive end position, comes in there at that fullback slot. He is just an absolute load to bring down. Lead blocker and or on this particular drive, getting the carries, doing the work in the trenches.
Once again, Johnson with the quarterback, turns, gives it to Benson. Lead block is Nelson, but somebody stepped in the hole that time, making the tackle for Brookhaven Academy, Sawyer Bolin. As Benson gets short yardage, picks up about 3 on the play. We'll call it second down at 7. Put the ball down on the Cougar 27. Winner of this contest will play the winner of Silva Bay Centerville. They're tied up at 6-6 at halftime for the state AA title. That'll be next Saturday at Jackson Academy for a 2:30 kickoff. Last we heard, Jackson Prep 21, Jackson Academy 7. Hattiesburg 14, Brookhaven High 6, South Pike 14, Mendenhall 12. Low snap, give to Benson, comes left, jumps over a tackler, and gets away from another man, finally knocking him down. Looks like that's going to be Ogden. Ogden or Waldrop. Maybe it's Waldrop. So Waldrop knocks him down after a short gain, about 1 yard pickup. We'll call it second down, third down, about 5 to go here for the Irish.
That's the situation, Ken, the old hurdling call. Benson took about 2 steps across the line, jumped over a Cougar defender. We've seen a flag thrown on that before.
Got a break in the action. Timeout, St. Joe. 3:44 left in the first half. Greenville St. Joe 28, Brookhaven Academy nothing. Let's take 30 seconds down the line. Brookhaven Academy Cougar football continues after this on B92.
In today's insurance world, a simple call can turn into hours of frustration. Wouldn't it be nice to turn back time when handling a claim was as simple as calling your agent? At Insurance and Risk Managers, our customer service is old-fashioned. Your agent will manage your personal or commercial insurance policy completely, from conception to claims. With offices in Brookhaven, Macomb, and Jackson, we're easy to find and a part of your community. Insurance and Risk Managers. Insurance on your time. 833-6321.
3:44 left in this first half of play. It's been all Greenville St. Joe to this point, leading at 28-0.
I tell you what, Ken, that timeout was the coach for Greenville St. Joe was certainly not happy. Gave his offensive line an earful during that timeout. I don't think he stopped yelling at them until they broke to go back and set on the line of scrimmage. So third down, let's call it about 7.
Keeper by Johnson. Got big hole left side. He's got room inside the 20, 15 to the 10. Inside the 10, bumped out of bounds at about the 6. Flowers coming over to bump him out of bounds. But put him down on the 5-yard line. Greenville St. Joe, first down and goal at the Cougar 5.
Johnson just crossed the century mark, 100 yards rushing on the evening. His battering mate, Benson, with 103 yards. So those two combining over 200 yards on the ground first half for the Irish.
Got to line up in kind of a power-eye look, but they still have a quarterback under center. Big Nelson to the left side of Johnson. Low snap, give to Nelson. Up the middle. Hit on the ankles, breaks that tackle. Gets forward to about the 3 where he'll finally be pulled down by the Cougars. I think that's Cole Griffin with a dirty jersey. It could be Brister. Finally puts him away down inside the 5. Down to about the 3. So second down, goal to go from the Cougar 3.
Outside of the 4-yard line, second and goal Irish.
Nelson to the left side of Johnson. Benson to the right side. They're going to move Nelson to like an H-back set on the left side. Snap will go to Benson instead. He's going to lower his head, tripped up short of the goal line.
Keegan Smith, good job right there just before. That's number 2.
That's Johnson.
Johnson, yeah. It's hard to tell, but Johnson could cross the goal line. So about a 1-yard gain before Keegan Smith knocked Johnson off his feet.
So third down, goal to go, ball right at the 2. 28-0. 6-6 halftime. 2:19 just was asked Centerville score. 6-6 halftime score, Silva Bay and Centerville.
Nelson and Benson to Johnson's right and left.
Low snap, Johnson picks it up, hits the left side. He's in there for the touchdown. But Johnson on a 2-yard carry makes it 34-0. Greenville St. Joe. That comes at the 2:02 mark of the second quarter, left in the second quarter. Here comes another 2-point conversion attempt by Greenville St. Joe. Your New York Live agents, Dwayne Allred and Kelly Allred, extra point attempt. Line up the high set. Nelson will be the up back. Benson the tailback in the set. Johnson under center. Johnson takes it. Johnson on the keeper. Johnson is going to get to the goal line, but not across it. Extra point attempt is no good. Break in the action. 2:02 left in the first half of play. Greenville St. Joe 34, Brookhaven Academy nothing. Let's take 30 seconds. 30 down the line. Brookhaven Academy Cougar football continues after this on B92.
Hi, I'm Richard Furr with Pike National Bank. I know that when you own your own business, there's a lot involved. That's why it's so much easier to have one banker that knows your needs for your business and your personal goals. From checking accounts to loans, we have everything you need to manage your business and personal finances all in one place. Visit me at our Brookhaven location today. We'll work together to create a plan that meets your needs and achieves your goals. Pike National Bank, a better way to bank for your business and personal life. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at Greenville, St. Joe. It's been all St. Joe here in this first half of play. They lead at 34-0. The third touchdown was 8 minutes 27. The other touchdown just occurred at 2 minutes and 2. 6-6 over Centerville, 21-6. Hattiesburg over Brookhaven High School. Jackson Academy down to Jackson Prep, 21-7. Greenville St. Joe will kick it off again to the Cougars. Kick gets past. Luke Johnson's got a run back, picks it up at the 10. Knee touched the ground, they say.
Wow, that was called by one of the officials, the line officials, all the way back around the 50-yard line. Head referee was standing right there with Johnson. Blew the whistle from some 35, 40 yards away.
That's going to be at the Cougar 11.
Yeah, call Johnson down. He had some room to return it. The Irish weren't even past the 40-yard line, so he must have seen something from his vantage point, but had an official right on top of that one. Made the call nonetheless.
Flowers will take it, gives to Ogden. Ogden fights ahead for a couple of yards. He'll be ridden down by a host of Irish players. Devin McCray be the one to finish off the play. Picks up about 3 on the play. Second down to 7. The ball up to the Cougar 14. So Cougars now looking at a second down and 7 at their own 14. Fake to Ogden, throws out here, caught. I believe that's going to be Cole Griffin. He's going to be wrestled down short of the first down. Gets it up here close to the 20. Cougars got to get to about the 21, so it'll be a third down and about 1 to go for the Cougars.
Less than a yard to go.
No, they say first down. Got enough for the first down.
Brings up a first down for the Cougars.
So first down and 10 for the Cougars. Got the ball just to the 21. 1:02 left in the first half. 34-0 St. Joe over Brookhaven Academy. Flowers takes it. Give to Ogden. Ogden comes right side, breaks a tackle. Ogden at 25, out to the 30, takes it out across the 30, close to the 35-yard line. That'll be another first down for the Cougars.
14 on the carry for Ogden. Good hard running there. Got off the right side. Shook a tackle. Picked up 14 and the first down for Ogden.
Now Johnson made the tackle, and Johnson is up limping. Trying to shake it off.
Yeah, Johnson stepping in sort of from his free safety position, but he's favoring that ankle.
Here to Johnston, Luke Johnson, who just came in, got about a yard. That's about it. It'll be gobbled up by the middle of that line. Making a tackle for the Irish on that play is going to be Darius Mouton, middle linebacker, senior 209-pounder. No gain of the play. Second down and 10.
5, 4, 3.
The first half is in the books. It's, of course, as the score would indicate, been all Greenville St. Joe. Into the first half of play. Greenville St. Joe Fighting Irish 34. Brookhaven Academy Cougars nothing. Let's take 2 minutes. 2 minutes down the line. We'll come back and give you a recap of the first half, your halftime stats, update you on other scores and other activities. Coming up in a halftime show. That's after this on B92.
For comprehensive dental care for your family, come to Oak Lane Family Dental on Highway 27 in Monticello. Oak Lane Family Dental helps you maintain good dental health with a wide variety of services. Athletes, Oak Lane Family Dental can fit you with a custom mouth guard to protect your teeth during competition. These come in a variety of colors. Oak Lane Family Dental, 3075 Highway 27 in Monticello. Online, oaklanefamilydental.net. Call 587-7737.
A monument is a lasting memorial. At Brookhaven Monument, they've worked with families right here at home for over 70 years, helping them honor their loved ones. Stop by the Brookhaven Monument showroom on Highway 51 North and let their caring consultants help you choose that special monument. Visit their website, brookhavenmonument.com, or call 833-5701. Brookhaven Monument Company, Highway 51 North, also serving you from locations in Macomb, Natchez, and McGee.
The votes are in, and the hardware store selected as the best in Brookhaven and Lincoln County is Perkins Hayes Hardware. Everyone at Perkins Hayes Hardware thanks their loyal customers and friends for making them #1. For quality products and superior customer service, come to the home of the helpful hardware folks, voted #1 in Brookhaven and Lincoln County. Perkins Hayes Hardware, Highway 51 North in Lincoln Plaza.
This is Hunter Franklin with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. We have 7 locations in Mississippi to serve you, including our newest location in Pearl. Valvoline Instant Oil Change invites you to take advantage of our Ladies' Day specials on Tuesdays, and senior citizens come in for a 10% discount on Wednesdays. Take care of your vehicle with regular oil changes. Every oil change comes with a free car wash and vacuum. Come to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Highway 51 South, Brookhaven.
At halftime, Brookhaven Academy down to Greenville St. Joe, 34-0. Brookhaven Academy won the toss and elected to receive. They went 3 and out. Greenville St. Joe got the ball at their own 41 their first possession. They drive 59 yards. They off is a 26-yard touchdown pass to Lockett. 8:41, the two-point conversion is good, 8-0. Brookhaven Academy again goes 3 and out. And a short punt. The St. Joe squad grabs the ball on Brookhaven Academy 40. Another touchdown pass of 25 yards to Lockett. 5:50 left in the first quarter. Two-point conversion was no good. 14-0 Greenville St. Joe. And they come back on getting the ball of they being St. Joe at their own 39 to drive it. That time 61 yards, 45-yard touchdown run by Benson. That was on a fourth down play. Extra point attempt is no good at 3:31 of the first quarter, 20-0 to St. Joe. St. Joe again getting the ball at their own 26. They drive the ball that time some 74 yards. Nelson scores in a 2-yard touchdown run. 8:27 left in the second quarter, 28-0 Greenville St. Joe. Once again, St. Joe with their ball at their own 34. They drive it some 66 yards. Johnson on a 2-yard touchdown run with 2:02 left in the first half of play. Two-point conversion is no good. And there's your halftime score, 34-0 Greenville St. Joe over Brookhaven Academy. Let's take another 2 minutes. 2 minutes down the line. We'll come back and get the first half stats for you right after this on B92.
As friends, family, neighbors, community members, or your trusted physician, the team at King's Daughters Medical Center is in our community. To us, healthcare is personal. It extends far beyond a doctor-patient visit. That's the KDMC difference. KDMC is our community.
Hey, this is Prentice Smith, General Manager at Toyota Brookhaven in Brookhaven, Mississippi. At Toyota Brookhaven, we deliver one of the largest selections of new and pre-owned vehicles in Southwest Mississippi. We deliver great savings on all of our new and pre-owned inventory. But most importantly, we deliver the customer service you expect and deserve. So come see what thousands of people already know, that when trust is not an issue, car buying can be fun. Visit us on site, exit 40 Brookhaven, or online at ToyotaBrookhaven.com. Remember, at Toyota Brookhaven, we deliver.
Hey, this is Shannon Aker, and Bank of Brookhaven is now part of the All Point ATM network with over 55,000 locations all over our country. Use the locator on the allpointnetwork.com app to find locations of ATMs. You can even find them when you leave our country. Remember, at Bank of Brookhaven, it's still all about you. Bank of Brookhaven, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Timber is a valuable asset. When you're ready to market timber, Green Tree Land and Timber is committed to getting the most value for your timber. Call Clint Stewart at 601-757-8787 or Gary Stewart 601-757-3009. Green Tree Land and Timber buys land and or timber for harvesting. If you have any questions about harvesting your timber, call Clint Stewart 601-757-8787 or Gary Stewart 601-757-3009. Green Tree Land and Timber.
At halftime here at Greenville St. Joe, 34-0 Fighting Irish over the Cougars here at halftime. At Beck, obviously, I'm sure the stats will be reflective of the score as well here.
Yeah, no doubt, Ken. You're right on target there. And the, the guys that came in advertised as the go-to players for Greenville St. Joe, Trey Benson, Dylan Johnson, and the wide receiver Caleb Lockett have pretty much carried the load for the Irish. In the rushing department, the running back Trey Benson, he rushed the ball 7 times for 103 yards and 1 touchdown. Quarterback Dylan Johnson had 11 rushes, also for 103 yards and a touchdown. Jacob Nelson, the big fullback who defensive end slash and comes in and plays fullback, he rushed the ball 4 times for 15 yards and a touchdown as well. In the passing department, Johnson was 5 for 6 with 2 touchdowns at 76 yards total. Caleb Lockett, number 3, had 2 catches for 26 and 26 and 25 yards, respectively, for 51 total yards and 2 scores. Trey Benson had 1 catch for 2 yards. Jacob Nelson, 1 catch for 6. And Raphael Henry had 1 catch for 17 yards in the first half. For the Cougars, Nick Ogden doing the lion's share of the work for the Cougars. 5 rushes for 35 yards, hard-earned yards there for Ogden. Luke Johnston, the only positive yardage for the Cougars, 1 rush for 1 yard. In the passing department, it's been rough going for the Cougars. Dawson Flowers, 5 for 19 for 40 yards. Cade Brown has 1 catch for 24. Cole Griffin, 3 catches for 11 yards. And Colin Waldrop has 1 catch for 1 yard in the first half.
34-0 Greenville St. Joe over Brookhaven Academy here at halftime. Let's take another 2 minutes. We'll come back and maybe recap some basketball from last night. That's all coming up after this on B92.
Happy birthday, Carolina.
Clint's Pharmacy wants to wish the Brookhaven Academy football team good luck this season. Come inside and visit the best greeting card selection in town with all cards just 99 cents. But those days you are in a hurry, you can use Clint's convenient and fast drive-thru line. Now inside of Clint's Pharmacy, it's Complete Family Medical, a clinic that takes walk-ins to get you in and out. Clint's Pharmacy, 201 Highway 51 North, Brookhaven. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30 and Saturday, 8 to noon.
You're not alone when it comes time to make your house a home. The experts at J&B Tile and Marble would like to help, beginning with new flooring, hardwood, laminate, ceramic, carpet, and more. Be sure to like us on Facebook. And because J&B is locally owned and operated, rest assured you'll get the big city selection with friendly hometown service, a fair price, and the professionalism and respect you and your home deserve. J&B Tile and Marble, 102 White Brook Drive in Brookhaven, just off Highway 51.
Being good at life means treating your business like your family, making sure that everyone's on the right path toward financial security. With over 170 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company can help find the best plan for your business and the employees who help it grow. So give Kelly Hallred, your local New York Life agent, a call. He can also help you plan your family's financial future. You can reach him at 601-833-0604 or look for him at newyorklife.com.
Brookhaven Academy has been serving our community for over 40 years. They offer a quality education and a Christian and learning environment for all students from preschool through 12th grade. Students each receive opportunities to excel in the arts, ACT prep, extracurricular activities, college preparatory curriculum, and athletics. Come visit Headmaster Jason Case and Elementary Principal Paige Nelson to see how Brookhaven Academy is making a difference one child at a time.
Back at Greenville St. Joe, 34-0. The Irish over Brookhaven Academy. Update from Silva Bay. Centerville takes the lead, 12-6 over Silva Bay. That's in the third quarter. Hattiesburg 28, Brookhaven High 6. It is MRA 35, Park Lane 0. Jackson Prep 21, Jackson Academy 7. South Pike was beating Mendenhall, the last we heard as well. A comment just here on this football team, this Greenville St. Joe team. As bad as this field is, they're very impressive, even on this sloppy football field.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've talked about it. We thought coming in it may slow them down a little bit, but I'll tell you what, those 2 guys in the backfield, Benson and Johnson. Again, I hate to keep saying it, but as advertised, they're gonna make someone 2 good football players at the next level. And we talked about the quarterback Johnson being looked at both as an offensive player, but more so as a defensive back. You know, he stands in about 180 pounds, 6 foot tall, and Auburn's on the list, Georgia's on the list, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, and then also I heard today that the running back Benson is also has been contacted by Memphis and some of the other teams around the state of Mississippi. And, thing is, Ken, those guys are both juniors, so they both have another year to play. And then the third guy of the trio is a sophomore, 5'8" wide receiver, Caleb Lockett, who had 8 touchdowns on the year with just 21 catches. So very high percentage right there, touchdown to catch ratio. So a very talented ball club. And we were talking in the break in, just wait till you put these guys on the carpet at Jackson Academy, the artificial turf, a more conducive playing field for their speed, and they're going to be hard to handle, assuming the Cougars can't pull off a miracle and erase a 34-point lead here in the second half. They're going to be a handful for either Centerville or Civil Day.
A basketball tipped off last night down in Hatches Cathedral. Both boys and girls win their ball games last night, and you were there. How about some observations on this?
Yeah.
Of course, Cougar boys don't have half their team yet.
Yeah, Lady Cougars and Cougars tipped off the 2018-19 season, and we start out with Lady Cougars. They jumped out real quick against the Lady Wave of Greenville, jumping out to a 9-0, had a 9-0 run to start the ball game, and they really didn't take their foot off the gas pedal from there. Jana Case led the way for the Cougars with a 27-point night, pulled in 11 rebounds, about three quarters of play for her. Michaela Martin had a great game for the Cougars. She had 12 points, and Ann Brantley Warren, the freshman, she had 9 points, 8 assists, and 4 steals on the night for the Cougars, and they picked up the 57-27, the 30-point win. And then over in the boys' ball game, Coach Josh Watts, they came out of the locker room and count them 6 players. Had Tanner Thurman, of course, the senior, Sean Beard, another senior newcomer to the ball club. Britton Nelson had a great ball game last night. Tyler Fortenberry, the freshman, and Carter Watson, and Piper Ratcliffe, the sophomore. They just this is the squad they got. Coach Watts, after football season, will pick up 4 or 5 more to complete his squad. But the Cougars had a hard-fought battle. Tanner Thurman was lights out in the first half. He was 4 for 5 from three-point land. So the Cougars took about a 9-point lead into the locker room at half and stayed there until the fourth quarter. And the Green Wave went on a 8-0 run to start the fourth quarter, cut it down to 1, and it was a nip and tuck from there. Britton Nelson sort of put some space between the Cougars and the Green Wave with 2 old-fashioned three-point plays back-to-back. And the Wave just couldn't catch up from that point, and the Cougars waltzed away with the 47-44 victory, the 3-point win. And I know Coach Watts was pleased with his ball club. And, again, Fortenberry and our own film guy right here, Carter Watson, stepped in and has been practicing with the varsity and dressed with the varsity last night. Both of those guys, 9th graders, and did a good job for the Cougars.
And of course, tomorrow at Mid-School Center comes for games at Brookhaven Academy.
Mid-School Center coming in. Junior high action, girls action kicks off at 4 o'clock, followed by boys. Junior high action at around 5:15, 6 o'clock. Set time for the high school girls, and the high school boys will wrap up the night probably around 7:15. So get there early, get a seat as the Cougars' inaugural 2018 home opener tomorrow evening at the John R. Gray Gymnasium.
We're still at halftime, 34-0 Greenville St. Joe. We'll take another 2 minutes, 2 minutes down the line, and halftime comments will continue right after this on B92.
Hello, this is Will Thibodeau, General Sales Manager at Sullivan Ford Lincoln. Cool weather is finally here, but the deals are only heating up here at Sullivan. After record-breaking new car and truck sales, our lot is full of great local trades. And with 0% and $3,500 off new F-150, now is the time to upgrade your ride. No matter what make or model you are looking for, if we don't have it on the lot already, we can find it for you. Come see our family here or visit us on the World Wide Web at SullivanFordLincoln.com. Sullivan Ford Lincoln. We're better, we're proving it, and we want you to be the judge. Exit 40, Brookhaven.
We got spirit, yes we do. We got spirit, how about you?
Football fans, want a great tasting, easy treat for your weekend tailgating? Come to Bain Drugs in Brookhaven and pick up a box or 10 of the Mississippi Cheese Straw Factory Classic Cheddar Cheese Straws. Or try the lemon and sea salt caramel straws. They're the perfect tasty complement to your favorite tailgate foods. Pick up some today at Bain Drugs, West Monticello Street, next to Piggly Wiggly. Bain's is the place for those special mouth-watering treats.
When you see that yellow and black Landmax sign, you know the professionals at Landmax are on the job to get you the most money for land or timber. Landmax with foresters and real estate agents in Mississippi and Louisiana. Got land? Got timber? Call our Landmax office today for any of your land or timber needs. Call your Landmax agent Chad Smith, 601-835-5050 and online at landmaxproperties.com.
Any age, any sport, any injury. The Mississippi Sports Medicine Team has your team covered. Shoulder and elbow specialists Larry Field, Red Hobgood, and Randy Ramsey are Mississippi's leaders in the treatment of sports-related injuries. Get back in the game with Mississippi Sports Medicine. Any age, any sport, any injury. The Mississippi Sports Medicine Team has your team covered. Hip and knee specialists Walter Shelton, Jason Kraft, Austin Barrett, and James O'Mara are Mississippi's leaders in the treatment of sports-related injury. Get back in the game with Mississippi Sports Medicine.
Well, back here at Greenville St. Joe, 12-12. We're in the center, over in Silver Bay, between Centerville and Silver Bay. Our score, Greenville St. Joe 34, Brookhaven Academy nothing. The thing, too, is Greenville St. Joe will get the ball to begin the second half of play. And as we understand, previously pre-agreed on, from what we understand, if Greenville St. Joe scores, that'll make it a 35-plus point advantage, and that could trigger the rolling clock at that point.
Yeah,
big defensive stop for Brookhaven Academy is essential to get the second half underway.
Yeah, I don't know. There is a discussion prior to the ball game, and with the situation as it is, if Greenville St. Joe were to push the ball across the goal line and take this a substantial lead, add to their substantial lead, I would certainly expect the running clock agreement to go into effect.
Well, both teams are making their way back on the field again. Let's pause for a moment here, Beck, remembering the young man from Greenville High School. His name again?
Jeremiah Williams.
Jeremiah Williams. This community, everybody kind of, regardless of where you go to school, you've got relationships with everybody, just like any community. And a lot of the people here at Greenville St. Joe do him quite well. He was injured in that game with Madison Central last night. And unfortunately, we understand he passed away this afternoon.
Yeah, and certainly something that Brookhaven and Lincoln County is familiar with. My dear friend, close friend, David Flowers, and the loss of his son, Peyton Flowers, years back at Lloyd Star. And, David and I had lunch about a week ago, and it's not a conversation that Peyton's name doesn't come up. And we know what that family went through, and tears on their heart, and how the community just has rallied around them and rallied around that situation. And it's some things are just hard to explain, Ken, and puts this game and this scoreboard that we pay so much attention to, puts it into perspective that these are kids, and they're out there doing their best, and we don't understand sometimes when bad things happen. And again, we Brookhaven Academy family certainly extends their sorrows and condolences out to the family of Jeremiah Williams and the entire Greenville High School community and football team.
Just one of the Madison Central parents wondering what he could do for this family, decided to establish a GoFundMe account. He was saying, I was hoping maybe to raise a few $1,000s. At last, I think he had about $40,000.
Yeah, that's and that's certainly something that weighs on Madison Central as well. I mean, they were their opposing ball club, and that ball game was called at the moment last week. And again, it's just the unthinkable happens, and we just don't know how to explain it. We can only lean on our faith and know that. It's something that our faith will get us through, and certainly we do that for the Williams family at this time.
Well, both teams back out again. Greenville St. Joe gets the ball first. Let's take one more 60 seconds down the line. Second half action is coming up after this on B92.
Dr. Clay Johnson and his staff want to wish the Brookhaven Academy football team good luck.
We are open Monday to Thursday, 8 to 5.
Call us at 835-0090 to schedule an appointment.
Dr. Clay Johnson is located at 224 South Church Street, Suite A.
WBA!
Dr. Clay Johnston is a general dentist serving our community for over 15 years. Let him and his staff take care of you today. It's Truck Month at Paul Barnett Nissan, and we are proud to be showcasing the new Nissan Titan, the every-duty truck made right here in Mississippi. So come out to Paul Barnett Nissan and experience the difference with a brand-new Nissan Titan, complete with America's best truck warranty, 100,000 miles bumper to bumper. Paul Barnett Nissan, home of the Titan. Call us at 601-833-9124, in person at Brookway Boulevard, Brookhaven, or online at pbnissan.com.
Well, back at Greenville St. Joe on the campus of Greenville St. Joseph High School. Fighting Irish 34, Brookhaven Academy nothing.
Well, I've got a moment, Ken. I want to say thank you to all the patrons of Brookhaven Academy for the outstanding fall festival we had last weekend. From what I understand, some record-breaking numbers on the fundraising. That's the Brookhaven Academy's largest fundraiser of the year, and it was a tremendous success, and all the folks that put in the hard work, and those that bought tickets, the students got out and sold tickets. That's some students. I mean, I think they sold like 380, 400 tickets individually. So doing a great job out there. Everyone that bought items in the auction, that pitched in, made contributions, gave items to be auctioned off. It was just a good time all around. And I made my way away from the festival. I had 2 fish cookers and an outdoor fire pit, and we could use that fire pit tonight. If we could have got it on top of the press box, we should have brought it.
Yep. Wind at least has died down somewhat. Yeah. Temperature about 44 degrees here has moved to the second half. They're supposed to be down 31 by early in the morning here in the Greenville area.
Yeah.
We won't be freezing the Brookhaven area. Looking for freezing temperatures on Tuesday night in Brookhaven.
Yeah, looking at the tassels on top of the goalpost, and we set about eye level with the very top of the goalpost. They're almost motionless, so the wind has really died down, which has really helped, but still quite cold here in Greenville.
Well, Corey Case will kick it off. He's got, looks like Johnson, the deep man, standing back at the 1-yard line. Case's kick, pretty good kick coming up, is going to be actually Benson. Benson at the 5 after the 10. Benson wrapped up and dropped at about the 23. That's going to be Gage Brown coming over to make the tackle for Brookhaven Academy. First down and 10 for the Fighting Irish. They'll have the ball at their own 23.
Got the dew settling in on my papers here, so this change of temperatures just got everything kind of out of whack. Cold weather settling in.
Last we heard, Hattiesburg leading Brookhaven High 28-6. South Pike and Mendenhall, good ball game there, 22-20, South Pike on top.
Just got a text. MRA was up 35-0 over Park Lane halftime, so Patriots look to be on their way to the finals.
Johnson will take it, hands it off to Benson. Benson's right up the middle, across the 35, takes it out to near the 40-yard line. Burst up the middle, first down at 10. Gage Brown makes the tackle, puts him at the 39-yard line, first down at 10. On a 13-yard pickup right up the middle by Benson. Burt over to make the tackle as well. So second down, well, actually first down at 10 on the Greenville St. Joe 39-yard line. Benson and Jackson in the backfield. Johnson will take it, wants to throw quick out here to Nelson. Nelson dropped it. Nelson had it in his hands, turned to go upfield, just plain dropped the football, incomplete pass, second down at 10.
Kind of odd, got a wide receiver out there in Nelson looking in a pass as he stands in there again, Ken. 240 pounds, 5'11", couldn't hang on.
A second down at 10 on the Irish 39-yard line. Okay, Johnson with Benson off to his right. Again, they do the same play to Nelson, and once again, he drops the football. And he pounds his helmet. Should have had it. So again, he drops the football. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Let's see if the Irish go back to Nelson. They may have sent him to the sidelines.
Nelson checked out.
Sent him to the sidelines. He's trying to dry his hands over here.
Johnson takes it, gives it to Benson. Benson comes up the middle, tripped up after he crossed the 40, out to about the 43. He'll be about 5 yards short of the first down. Waldrop making the tackle for Brookhaven Academy. 3 quarters in the books at Silva Bay already. It's 12-12 ball game between Silva Bay and Centerville.
Got a good one there. So 4th down and about, let's call it 6 yards to go for the Irish. They're at their own 43-yard line. Looks like they're
going for it.
Going to go for it.
4th down and 6 at their own 43. Johnson double outs left and right. Johnson takes it, wants to throw. Fires it to your left side, caught by Lockett at the midfield stripe, breaks a tackle, knocked out at the 46-yard line. 1st down and 10. Looks like that's going to be Cole Griffin. No, that'll be Brister. Check that. That will be Griffin. Griffin's got the muddiest uniform, so it'd have to be Griffin. Makes a tackle, but not before another 4th down conversion. So 1st down 10 on the Cougar 46. 9:20 left in the 3rd quarter. 34-0 Greenville St. Joe. Johnson with Benson off to his left, gives it to Benson. Benson hits the middle of the line, wrapped up and dropped.
Good job there by Cade Watson, busting through there, putting a big claw on Benson. Gunnar Brister in there as well. Virtually no gain for Benson.
So 2nd down at 10 of the Cougar 46.
No gain on the play. 2nd down, 10 yards to go.
Out come the Fighting Irish. Johnson, the quarterback, will put Benson, the running back, to his right. Has 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Johnson checks out the 4-man front for Brookhaven Academy. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Has time, fires it off left side. Lockett again on the catch. Lockett at the 40, surrounded and dropped about 3 yards short of the first down. Gage Brown in there. Gunnar Brister and others making the tackle for Brookhaven Academy. But that is going to be a positive pickup of about 7 yards in the play. 3rd down and 3. Mark the ball down inside the Cougar 40 at about the 38.
Obviously 4-down territory for the Irish. They've chose to go for it on, I think, almost every 4-down opportunity they've had.
I don't think they punted. They have not punted at all tonight.
Johnson with Benson in the back to his left.
Double outs left and right for Johnson. Johnson will take it. He's got to keep it, try to get outside, hit hard, breaks the tackle, still on his feet. He's going to be knocked down for a loss in the play.
Good job there by Justin Burt coming in there hard on Johnson. Made the first hit. Forced him to bounce it outside wide as he comes up limping. Colin Waldrop, Harrison Brownlee in there to finish him off.
So 4th down and 4. Put the ball down on the Cougar 39-yard line. And the Fighting Irish going forward once again on 4th down. I don't think they've had any. I think they had one where they did not make it on a 4th down. So 4th down and about 4 to go for the Fighting Irish and the Cougar 39.
Nelson back in as the lead blocker. Benson behind him.
Johnson's going to hand it off to Nelson. Hits the middle of the line, and he's going to be stacked up and dropped for a loss. Cougars will take over at their own 42.
Good job there by Cade Watson breaking through, throwing Nelson for a 2-yard loss.
Turnover on down, 1st and 10 Cougars.
So Cougars have it 1st down and 10 on their own 42-yard line following the 4th down stop there. Powers brings his club up. Ogden will be the pistol set set the offset to the right side of Flowers. Give to Ogden's got some room. Hit at the 45. He'll fight ahead and finally be pulled down. Darius Mouton will make the tackle, their middle linebacker once again. Pickup of round 3 on the play. Second down and 7 for Brookhaven Academy. Throwing 45. Clock rolling at 6:05 left in the third quarter. 34-0 Greenville St. Joe.
Big Jacob Nelson just pancaked Ogden on the tackle, landed on top of him, and just bear hugged him and picked him up to his feet like a loaf of bread.
Ogden out right now. Flowers to throw. Flowers fires it out here, caught, and again dropped.
Now that ball was knocked down right there. Number 4, Vince Taylor, had Rob Johnson on the quick slant. Open for just a second. Taylor, the linebacker, senior, 6'1", 210. Got a big paw in there, knocked that one down at the last moment. Cougars had a shot at that one.
So
great play there by Taylor.
Third down at 7. Luke Johnston, your running back in behind Dawson Flowers. Flowers calls for the ball, gives it to Johnston. Johnson bounces outside, has some room, midfield, dives ahead. He'll be about a yard short, though, of the first down. Got it to the St. Joe 49. Got to get down to about inside the 48. So fourth down and a little over a yard to go now for the Cougars, and the Cougars are going to go for it here.
Yeah, nothing to lose right here. We've got to put some points on the board. It's the ball just over the midfield stripe. Cougars going to choose to go for it. Luke Johnston behind Flowers. Slot back going to be Colin Waldrop.
Flowers will call for the ball again. Gives it to Johnston. Hit and stacked up. He'll lose a yard. Johnston never had a chance. He got hit in the hole and pushed backwards by the left side of that line. First man there, Vince Taylor, from his linebacker slot, is 6'1", 219-pound senior. So first down, 10 Irish. They'll have the ball. Put the ball down just shy of midfield at their own 49-yard line.
Ken Irish walked 10 men up to the line of scrimmage there, put everybody in the gaps. Had one man back sort of playing center field. Johnston, nowhere to run. Knocked him down right at the 49-yard line. That's where the Irish would take over from there.
Got Johnson and Benson in the backfield. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Johnson is going to keep it. Follows Benson in heavy traffic. Bounces out of there on his feet to the 45 to the 40, 35 to the 30, down the right sideline, inside the 30 to the 25 to the 20, inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. So we're going to mark it down inside the 15. Still walking down.
We're going to set him down.
Inside the 10.
I think we're going to set him right about
the 5, maybe.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. Can't see the lines on the field.
Inside the 5, all the way down to the 2.
Let's see.
Johnson was stacked up on the line of scrimmage. Again, broke the tackle. Once he got to the outside, there was no containment at the 7-yard line. Put him at the 7. So first down, goal to go at the 7.
42 on the run for Johnson.
Johnson and Benson in the backfield. It's going to be a whistle and a timeout, St. Joe. 3:50 left in the third quarter. Greenville St. Joe 34, Brookhaven Academy nothing. Let's take 30 seconds down the line. Brookhaven Academy Cougar football continues after this on B92.
In today's insurance world, a simple call can turn into hours of frustration. Wouldn't it be nice to turn back time when handling a claim was as simple as calling your agent? At Insurance and Risk Managers, our customer service is old-fashioned. Your agent will manage your personal or commercial insurance policy completely, from conception to claims. With offices in Brookhaven, Macomb, and Jackson, we're easy to find and a part of your community. Insurance and Risk Managers. Insurance on your time. 833-6321.
I got Greenville St. Joe. Benson not in the lineup. He's kind of walking gingerly around right here on the sidelines. Have another running back checking in there. It's going to be Jordan Jennings.
Yeah, the training staff looking at Benson over here just in front of us. Like you mentioned, on the St. Joe sideline. Kind of looking at his core back rib area.
Johnson. Looks like he's got Jennings off to his right. Fake to Jennings. Johnson dropped the football, picks it up. He's going to be sacked for a big loss all the way out beyond the 10. That's about to the 12, 13-yard line. Loss of about 6 or 7 in the play. Put it back out to 13.
Cole Griffin back there.
So second down and goal to go for the Madison St. Joe Fighting Irish. Put the ball in the Cougar 15, about a 8-yard loss in the play. Johnson again has a clean jersey off to his right. That looks like that's going to be Jordan Jennings. Johnson to throw, fires it out here quick, and it's going to be incomplete. Looked like he was trying to get the ball to the big guy, Nelson. Nelson running down and in, and Johnson threw it up and out, incomplete.
Yeah, Dylan Bird in there on the coverage for the Cougars. Just couldn't get his hands under it to scoop it up for the interception down around the 4-yard line. So third down. So I'm going to spot it just out about, let's call it about the 17-yard line. So third and goal from the 17.
Johnson again. Moving up front by the Cougars, and I think the Cougars may get tagged for 5 yards here for being offsides.
Yeah, it's going to be 5 yards against the Cougars.
A 5-yard penalty offsides. Cougars puts the ball down to the 12. So third down, goal to go on the Cougar 12.
Third and goal. They're about to get the ball to 23.
Once again, they check Nelson back in. Jacob Nelson, the big defensive end and running back, 5'11", 240.
Training staff still looking at the Trey Benson walking gingerly over here on the sideline.
So double outs to the left side, double outs to the right side. Nelson will be in the backfield with Johnson. Johnson to throw, a little screen pass inside. It's going to be incomplete. Can try to set it up to Nelson. Somebody got a hand on the ball, deflected it, incomplete. Fourth down, goal to go. The ball in the Cougar 12.
Yeah, Sawyer Bolin in there. Drop back, saw the screenplay develop and drop back, got a hand on the ball just as it reached the receiver, Nelson. Nothing doing. So 4th and 12. Goal to go for the Fighting Irish.
Fourth down play coming up. Can the Cougars hold once again here?
Got to expect something right here from Johnson. He's going to do it with his legs.
Got Nelson off to his left, puts a man in motion from left to right. Wants to throw, looking. Here comes some pressure. Johnson's got to put the ball down. He's going to try to run to the corner, runs out of real estate, dragged down for a loss back at about the 16-yard line. That's coming over to make the tackle for Brookhaven Academy is going to be Sawyer Bolin. So Cougars take over first down and 10 at about the Cougars' 16, 17-yard line.
Johnson wanted to pass there. Looked, nothing doing. Scrambled to his left. Bowling and other Cougars forced him out of bounds. Turned the ball over and on downs. 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
Fourth quarter is Silva Bay, 18-18. Centerville, Silva Bay tied up in the fourth quarter.
Got a good one going there.
Cougars have it first down and 10. Got Luke Johnston, the running back. I don't know if Ogden might be injured or what.
So I've got a timeout on the field called by Coach Rushing.
Break of the action. 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Greenville St. Joe 34, Brookhaven Academy nothing. Let's take 30 seconds down the line. Brookhaven Academy Cougar football continues after this on B92.
I'm Angie at Pike National Bank. We know that you didn't wake up this morning and decide to buy your first home. You've worked, planned, saved, and dreamed for this a long time, and we want to help you turn your dream into a reality. Visit me at our Brookhaven location today to apply for a loan. Whether you need a long-term fixed-rate loan or something you can pay off quickly, we will work together to meet those needs. Pike National Bank, a better way to bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Back at Greenville St. Joe, 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Brookhaven Academy down 34-0. Luke Johnston, the running back, in behind Fortenberry. Fortenberry, the quarterback, hands it off to Johnston. Nothing there as he is wrapped up and dropped for no gain. Darius Mouton, that talented middle linebacker, came crashing through there to make the tackle.
One thing you mentioned earlier, Ken, there's a lot of underclassmen here on this Fighting Irish Ball Club. Just not very many seniors, and the playmakers and a lot of the guys on the defensive side have been making the majority of the tackles. Also, underclassmen, as again, we're keeping an eye down here on the running back, Trey Benson, wincing on the sideline. He went out and tried to play some at the defensive back position, had to come back out of the ball game. So they'll probably wrap him up for the night as the third quarter buzzer sounds.
End of the third quarter, 34-0 Greenville St. Joe over Brookhaven Academy. We'll take 60 seconds down the line. Brookhaven Academy Cougar football continues after this on B92.
For comprehensive dental care for your family, come to Oak Lane Family Dental on Highway 27 in Monticello. Oak Lane Family Dental helps you maintain good dental health with a wide variety of services. Athletes, Oak Lane Family Dental can fit you with a custom mouth guard to protect your teeth during competition. These come in a variety of colors. Oak Lane Family Dental, 3075 Highway 27 in Monticello. Online, oaklanefamilydental.net. Call 587-7737.
A monument is a lasting memorial. At Brookhaven Monument, they've worked with families right here at home for over 70 years, helping them honor their loved ones. Stop by the Brookhaven Monument showroom on Highway 51 North and let their caring consultants help you choose that special monument. Visit their website, brookhavenmonument.com, or call 833-5701. Brookhaven Monument Company, Highway 51 North, also serving you from locations in Macomb, Natchez, and McGee.
Freshman Tyler Fortenberry running the show right now from Brookhaven Academy. Luke Johnston in behind him. Jackson Prep 28, Jackson Academy 14, MRA 35, Park Lane nothing. South Pike 36, Mendenhall 20. Bad snap, the ball goes sailing into the end zone. We're going to have a safety. No, a touchdown. Is that a touchdown?
Yeah, Jacob Nelson
recovered.
Got back there, recovered the errant snap. Fortenberry dove for it. Nelson dove for it. Nelson came up with it in the Cougar end zone for the touchdown.
That makes it now 40-0. That comes at the 11:20. The clock is now rolling. 11:24 left in the ball game. Rolling clock now in effect. Here comes her New York Life Insurance agents, Dwayne Allred, Kelly Allred, extra point attempt. The snap got past Fortenberry. At first, I thought he may have gotten on it, and they called a safety, but actually there was a touchdown signal as Nelson beat Fortenberry back to the football and covers it up for the touchdown. Got a whistle, and we're going to have a timeout. Greenville St. Joe, 11:02 left in the ball game. Greenville St. Joe 40, Brookhaven Academy nothing. Let's take another 30 seconds down the line. Brookhaven Academy Cougar football continues after this on B92.
The votes are in, and the hardware store selected as the best in Brookhaven and Lincoln County is Perkins Hayes Hardware. Everyone at Perkins Hayes Hardware thanks their loyal customers and friends for making them number one. For quality products and superior customer service, come to the home of the helpful hardware folks, voted number one in Brookhaven and Lincoln County. Perkins Hayes Hardware, Highway 51 North in Lincoln Plaza.
Aaron Staff gets past Fortenberry, covered by Nelson. 2-point conversion And that's going to go nowhere. 2-point conversion, no good.
Dylan Bird in there laying the hammer on the number 70, Thomas Jones, offensive tackle. They put him in there. He's a freshman, 6', 200. Put him in there at running back. Burt laid the shoulder pad on Jones, stopped him in his tracks to avoid the 2-point conversion.
Rolling clock in effect right now. It's 40-0. Greenville St. Joe over Brookhaven Academy. Over at Silva Bay, Centerville, and Silva Bay in a barn burner, 18-18 in the fourth quarter. Hattiesburg High, last we heard, leading Brookhaven High 28-6. Jackson Academy 28, Jackson Prep 28, Jackson Academy 14. And last time we heard was halftime, MRA all over Park Lane, 35-0.
Yeah.
Rolling clock here, we'll hold it right here. Greenville St. Joe will kick it off.
Looks like the big one everybody's going to be talking about next week, the matchup, the rematch, Jackson Prep. And Coach MRA. Herbert Davis and MRA. MRA got the best of Prep earlier in the year. And really what was a blowout, so payback on their mind. Coach Davis trying to pick up his first state title at Madison Ridgeland.
35 up to the 40, 45, up to across the 40, actually about the 42.
Good return there by Sonny Singh.
So Singh on a return up to the 42. Brookhaven Academy has it first down and 10. Greenville St. Joe will take on either Silva Bay or Centerville. As we mentioned, they're all tied up next Saturday at 2:30.
Got some new cleaner jerseys into the ball game on both sides. Cougars with a fresh front line.
Got Gage Brown as a receiver this side. Luke Johnston behind Tyler Fortenberry, rather, at quarterback. Fortenberry takes a step, gives it to Johnston up the middle. He gets a couple of yards, fights across the 45 up to the 46. He'll be tackled there by the Fighting Irish Max Perkins.
Johnston getting low on that one, Ken. Picked up about 4 on the play. Clock rolling, 8:15 to go, fourth quarter. Irish out in front, 40-0 against the Cougars.
So second down, we'll call it 6 to go for Brookhaven Academy at the Cougar 45-yard line. Backs pistol set, Johnston in behind Fortenberry. He'll take the snap again. He is just decked. Somebody that big Nelson, right?
Yeah, big Jacob Nelson stepping in there from his linebacker position.
Johnston got hit as soon as he probably gives up close to 75, 80 pounds to Nelson, but I think Johnston was the first man up. So he bounces back to his feet. Clock is stopped at 7:39. Official timeout. Our Cougars will take a timeout. Coach Rushing is complaining about something. Can't exactly tell what. Like he's going to take his team to the sideline during the timeout. We've got a break in the action. 7:39 left up. Hold it right here. They're going to come right back to the lineup.
Yeah, I think that was Coach Rushing, his staff, a little bit irritated there that they pretty much got their
first line
defenders in there. We've got our 9th and 10th grader ball players in the ball game.
Wrapped up. No gain on the play. Making the tackle is going to be Miguel Benavides, 5'5" sophomore. Johnston, no gain on the play. 4th down and 10. Ball potted in the Cougar 41-yard line. Now he's starting to see a few more cleaner jerseys coming in. Dropping back to receive the punt. That will be, if we can pick up his number. Looks like that's going to be Devin McCray, a wide receiver, a junior.
Corey Case will take the snap, be standing right on top of the 30-yard line.
So Case will await the snap back. Kick is down the field, takes a Cougar roll. Will roll inside the 40 down to the 34. Greenville St. Joe takes it first down and 10 at their own 34.
Give him 34 on the punt. from Case. Clock rolling, 6:34 to go in this one. St. Joe out front, 40-0.
Let's see who the quarterback will be right now for St. Joe. Raphael Henry is their other quarterback. He's a 5'11 sophomore. Looks like he is. Jay Robinson, a wide receiver, will come on. He's a sophomore as well. Still looks like maybe Johnson is a quarterback.
Wouldn't expect him to be doing anything if it is Johnson in there, but hand off the ball. Let's see how they line it up, Ken.
It will be a new quarterback.
Maybe number 7.
That's going to be Raphael Henry.
That's going to be Henry.
Henry, the new quarterback, pistol set. Now, they got a penalty already on the Fighting Irish, an illegal procedure. 5:34, rolling clock rolls on here, 40-0, Greenville, St. Joe. Henry,
the sophomore, had a 17-yard reception earlier in the ball game, so not his first action here.
Henry's looks like he's gonna keep it, wrapped up and dropped. Got to the line of scrimmage and got pushed back by the Cougars. Making the tackle is Jake Livingston, the freshman, making the tackle for Brookhaven Academy. 5-yard loss in the play, second down at 15. I'll put the ball back at about the 24-yard line for the Fighting Irish. I think both teams just kind of want this thing to wind on out here, Beck.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ken. Cold night here in Greenville. Another flag comes out.
Delay of game. St. Joe, the coach wants him to get that snap off at about 2 seconds. That time he waited a little bit too late, as that time Henry went under center. Penalty against the Irish, but that's not going to have any effect on the game clock. It'll keep going. So now then, 20 yards to go, 2nd and 20. Henry goes under center, I formation, pitch to the deep back coming around the corner, coming off the right side, picking up 4 or 5 yards in the play. Making the run there is going to be Elvis Scott, another sophomore. Picks up about 5 or 6. Well, we'll call it about 6 in the play. We'll call it third down at about 14 to go.
Pedigo and Burt in on the tackle for the Cougars.
So third down for the Cougars. They've got the ball, or rather St. Joe's got the ball on their own about 27-yard line. Clock rolling at 3:18 left.
1.
Another delay of game penalty. Yeah, the penalties don't stop the clock. That's the one thing the Irish, I guess, have in their favor here.
I think the Irish got the timeout before that penalty, so the clock is stopped.
3:12 left in the ball game. We'll take a break. Greenville, St. Joe 40. Brookhaven, let's hold it right here. They're fixing to right back out and play. Quick timeout just to get the team rattled around the coach here to kind of get some instructions given. Third down and about 14 to go.
A lot of the young guys in for the Cougars.
And Coach Baker really doing some coaching now. He's really pointing here, and you do this, and you do that.
His team's up to the line of scrimmage, and he's standing in the backfield with them. Almost what you see in the Pee Wee ranks. I get the opportunity to call some of that, officiate some of those games. Coach Baker all the way in the backfield.
Keeper by C.J. Moore. Moore's going to come left side. Moore's on his feet out across the 40, at the 42. He'll be short of the first down. Run out of bounds the other side by Jake Livingston and others by Brookhaven Academy. Also over there for the Cougars, Carter Smith. So fourth down for the Irish at about 5 to go here for the Irish.
The gritty linebacker, Peyton Reed, working his way across field, plays the linebacker position. Freshman. Plays the game real hard, Ken.
Some bright spots for the Cougars in the future.
Gritty ball players.
This time the quarterback is Fred Townsend. He'll keep it. Townsend trying to turn the corner. Dropped for no gain. Among those in the tackle for Brookhaven Academy, Peyton Reed is one of them.
Cohen Case, number 24.
First down 10 Cougars as the ball goes over on downs. Down under 2 minutes now. Rolling clock, 40-0, Greenville St. Joe.
Good job there by some of the younger Cougar ball players getting an opportunity to play in a playoff ball game, causing the Irish to turn the ball over on downs.
Well, Greenville St. Joe will take on either Silva Bay or Centerville. They're still tied up 18-18 in the fourth quarter over at Silva Bay.
Boy, it sounds like a good one over there. Our friend Mike Sumlin, head of school for Silva Bay.
Tyler Fortenberry, the quarterback, off to Johnston. Johnston got a little room. Johnston's on his feet inside the 30, takes it to about the 28-yard line. He'll be tackled there by Miguel Benavides, the sophomore.
Tackled by Miguel Benavides.
Benavides makes the tackle, so that's enough for a first down. First down, 10 Cougars. The Greenville St. Joe 28. Right now, 1 minute left in the ball game. Fortenberry with Johnston right behind him. Fortenberry will take it again, gives the ball to Johnston. Johnston goes right, comes back left, follows his blockers, and tackle after a short gain. Got it inside the 25, down to about the 23. Picks up about 5 on the play. Host of green jerseys making the tackle there. Raphael Henry.
Good hard running there by Johnston. Would like to see him break one right here. The ball spotted right about, let's call it the 27-yard line. Cougars will probably get one more shot at it. Play clock down to 13 seconds. 20 on the game clock. So probably one more snap, and that's going to be it.
Johnston works out of the pistol set. He'll get the handoff from Fortenberry, ducks his head. Tackled as he hits the line of scrimmage. Rory McCullen, a freshman, makes the tackle. That's it. And Greenville St. Joe has the confetti flying here in the stadium. They have won this semifinal matchup 40-0 over Brookhaven Academy. They advance to the state championship game now against either Silva Bay or Centerville next Saturday at 2:30. So Brookhaven Academy with high hopes coming into this ball game. Wet field, kind of thought that might be to the Cougars' advantage, but the Fighting Irish break to a 34-0 halftime lead and just got to put it away in the second quarter with a touchdown to create that rolling clock. Final score, Greenville St. Joe 40, Brookhaven Academy nothing. We'll come back and wrap it up right after this, Sunday 92.
This is Hunter Franklin with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. We offer fast, friendly services. When you have your oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we check all of your vehicle's fluid levels, check your tires, and you get a free car wash and vacuum. Fleet operators, we accept most fleet account credit cards. Valvoline Instant Oil Change with 7 locations in Mississippi, in Brookhaven, Highway 51 South, and visit our new location, 5630 Highway 80 East in Pearl.
Your hospital, your community. At King's Daughters Medical Center, our nurses and staff do more every day than take care of you when you need us. We're also your family, friends, neighbors. To us, healthcare is personal, and it shows. That's the KDMC difference. KDMC. Our hospital is our community.
Hey, this is Prentice Smith, General Manager at Toyota Brookhaven in Brookhaven, Mississippi. At Toyota Brookhaven, we deliver one of the largest selections of new and pre-owned vehicles in Southwest Mississippi. We deliver great savings on all of our new and pre-owned inventory. But most importantly, we deliver the customer service you expect and deserve. So come see what thousands of people already know, that when trust is not an issue, car buying can be fun. Visit us on site, exit 40 Brookhaven, or online at ToyotaBrookhaven.com. Remember, at Toyota Brookhaven, we deliver.
Banking on the go with Bank of Brookhaven's Net Teller mobile banking app. You can use your wireless phone to pay bills, view account balances, transfer funds, and a lot more. Our mobile banking service offers convenience and security, and it's available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Remember, at Bank of Brookhaven, it's still all about you. Bank of Brookhaven, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back here at Greenville, St. Joe, as they play Johnny Cash and June Carter. Cash, I'm heading to Jackson. That's where Greenville, St. Joe will be next Saturday afternoon at 2:30, playing in the state championship against either Silva Bay or Centerville. That game's still tied up in the fourth quarter, 18-18. 34-0 was their halftime score. Only score of the second half came with about 11:10 left of the ball game. Tyler Ford Marietta, quarterback. Cougars deep in their own end of the football field. Bad snap, rolls into the end zone. At first, it looked like Fortenberry had it to be called for a safety, but instead Nelson recovers for St. Joe. Touchdown makes it 40-0. Extra point attempt was no good. That's your final, 40-0. And that rolling clock was put into effect at that point, and pretty well the ball game was over at that point. Beck, any final stats here we can get real quick?
Yeah, real quick on the final stats for the Fighting Irish. Trey Benson rushed the ball 9 times for 122 yards and 1 score. Dylan Johnson, the quarterback, 14 rushes for 142 and a touchdown. Jacob Nelson, the big fullback / defensive end, 5 rushes for 13 yards and a touchdown. Elvis Scott had 1 rush for 5 yards in his night of work. Dylan Johnson in the passing department, 7 for 11 for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. Caleb Lockett, 2 catches. 4 catches, 70 yards, and 2 scores. Trey Benson, 1 catch for 2. Jacob Nelson, 1 catch for 6. And Raphael Henry had 1 catch for 17 yards. For the Cougars, in the rushing department, Nick Ogden rushed the ball 6 times for 38 yards. Luke Johnson, 10 rushes for 26 yards in the second half. Dawson Flowers, 5 for 20 on the night for 40 yards total. Cade Brown, 1 catch for 24. Cole Griffin, 3 catches for 11. Sonny Singh, check that. Colin Waldrop had 1 catch for 1 yard in the 40 yards totals for the Cougars tonight.
First, when we came in here tonight, the Cougars had high hopes of a sloppy field, being able to slow down this Greenville St. Joe offense, but they never missed a beat. They raced to a quick 34-0 halftime lead and went at 40-0. Trey Benson out a little gimpy ankle. Also Johnson a little hobbled too. And again, this football team, Beck, if those 2 guys aren't at full speed, that makes them a little more average. Those 2 guys make this team go, and if they're full speed next week, whoever plays them is going to have their hands full dry turf at Jackson Academy.
Yeah, and we talked about that. Get those guys on a dry field, and we've seen both of Centerville and Silva Bay play, and I just don't see how either of those ball clubs can match up against these guys, especially if Benson and Johnson are both healthy. A little bit worried about Benson. He looks like it might have been a groin strain, right groin, though they're checking him out. But, as the clock counted down, it looked like he was doing a little bit better. So just in from Benji over at Centerville, 18-18 for everyone to listen, going into overtime. So, wow, what a ball game over there. Those 2 squads fighting for the opportunity to take on Greenville St. Joe and try to knock them off the throne of the MAIS Division II. Defending champions, Greenville St. Joe, waiting for their opponent, who are now going to overtime over at Silva Bay.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like our football season over in Lincoln County. Brookhaven Academy going down 40-0 tonight to Greenville St. Joe. Last we heard, Hattiesburg had a fairly comfortable lead over Brookhaven High School. Park Lane gets knocked off by MRA. Looks like Jackson Prep and Park Lane going to a rematch as well for the 4A championship game. That'll be coming up this week as well. So championships on the line and MAIS next week. And, of course, unfortunately, Brookhaven Academy not going to be there. But you got to look back and say a really good season. We we end the season with a 9-3 mark. Greenville St. Joe will finish the regular season at this point 11-1, but Cougars finishing a 9-3, winning our district, beating Centerville in a thriller 23-22 in the waning seconds of that ball game, and winning solid wins in our 2 playoff games before this. So nothing to hang our heads about over the season. Great performances by Cade Brown. Cade's being looked at by a couple of, had a visit to MC and some other places. So hopefully Cade will continue his football career if he so chooses. And, of course, put football in the past now, getting ready for these guys to get back on the basketball court.
Yeah, and not to completely close the book on football. I do have some final thoughts I want to say there, but a lot of these guys, they'll be bouncing the round ball tomorrow night on the hardwood, and I expect to see some of these seniors, Cade Brown, Dawson Flowers. They've been playing in the Watts program, either Dale Watts or Josh Watts program, since they were all in the 7th grade, so the learning curve is virtually nil. Those guys will be ready to go tomorrow night against Amen School Center. But just to wrap up your sentiments about the season, Coach Ron Rushing, Jamie Palmer, the rest of the staff did a great job. There was a time earlier in the year that even Coach Rushing said we're just not clicking. We've won a couple of ball games. We let one slip away from us. We're not hitting on all cylinders. And somewhere right after that moment, maybe the Clinton Christian game, Cougars kicked it in gear, had a big win over Centerville, some other big wins along the way, and wrapped up the undefeated in the district and made the way to the semifinals of the Class 2A playoffs. And they did a fantastic job all year long. A great group of kids. They've been supported well by the parents and the other supporters of Brookhaven Academy. So, all in all, not the ultimate prize, but they have to call this season a success. And for all our sponsors out there that continue to follow and support BA football and BA athletics, we thank you for that. And as always, Ken, I thank you guys at B92 for what you do. You and Darren, the guys back in the studio, y'all just do a great job and have for years in support of Brookhaven Academy Athletics. And just go ahead and say I'm looking forward to setting atop John R. Gray Gymnasium soon, as I know you've got a busy schedule following the Colin Wolves and their basketball season, but I'm sure we'll see you inside the friendly confines and the much warmer confines of the John R. Gray Gymnasium for basketball action.
Well, I say let's wrap it up and get to a warm car.
I'm with you on that one.
Here. Again, thanks for being along. Thank you again, Beck, for your great help and your great support throughout the year. And Darren back at the studio, always a great job. Couldn't do it without Darren. And appreciate you all being along with Cougar football. Jason Scarborough, he's in a warm studio somewhere. He'll have the Friday Night End Zone Scoreboard Show coming up at 10 this evening. Ole Miss football in the morning. That'll be starting with 9 o'clock, the pregame show. Ole Miss at Texas A&M, and the kickoff at 11 o'clock in the morning. Of course, a big one on CBS TV at 2:30 tomorrow. Mississippi State and Alabama, Southern Miss takes on UAB tomorrow. So a lot of college football still to come. Well, that's it from Greenville St. Joe. Thanks for being along here this evening. The unhappy total, but Greenville St. Joe has to be saluted. A very quality football team. They beat the Cougars here tonight, final 40-0. Along with Beck Bourne, Darren White, this is Ken Hollingsworth. We bid you a good evening.
This has been Brookhaven Academy Cougar Football on B92. Game action was brought to you by Bain Drugs Brookhaven, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the Bank of Brookhaven, Toyota of Brookhaven, Perkins Ace Hardware Brookhaven,
Four Quarters Property Brookhaven, Green Tree Land and Timber,
King's Daughters Medical Center, Sullivan Ford Lincoln Brookhaven, the Dental Office of Dr. Clay Johnston, Insurance and Risk Managers, Brookhaven Monument Company,
J&B Tile, Highway 51 South,
Paul Barnett Nissan, your New York Life agents Dwayne and Kelly Allred, Clint's Pharmacy Brookhaven, Oak Lane Family Dental in Monticello, Pike National Bank, Mississippi Sports Medicine, your Landmax agent Chad Smith,
Cablin Feed in Pocatello, and by David Brewer, candidate for Circuit Court Judge.
Brookhaven Academy Football is a sports production of WBKN Brookhaven B92.